You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run, but did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Welcome, Watchers. You can borrow the power of a god and influence the journey of our adventurers. Join forces with other Watchers to drop a force of nature or a force of cosmos into our world. A trap, an advantage, a monstrous predator, or a portal to another dimension, where everyone is a talking sock hand? Force cards are unlocked level by level, each one increasing in power. You may dip your toe in godhood by purchasing a seed of nature or a spark of cosmos that will increase your force's strength. Or you may harness even greater power and purchase a mote of nature or a mote of cosmos and propel your force even faster to the next highest tier. Should you choose to affect the story of our adventurers, you can do so by using our custom extension to choose which side you're on, and maybe even help or hinder the player's dice rolls with an advantage or disadvantage while you're there. Use your powers wisely, Watchers.
We're live! Hi! We're live! It's episode 15! Woo-hoo! Hey, just an update. We'll be off next week for Thanksgiving. Yeah. It's also going to be my birthday on Thursday.
And it's my birthday on Saturday!
As Jared said, we're born clearly around something about Valentine's Day happened, so that's why we're.
It was awkward.
What was it?
9 months after Valentine's Day.
Ask your parents at home,
or don't.
Or don't.
They don't want you to ask.
Definitely
They don't want you to ask.
Also, a new programming thing right up top. We're starting something new. Right now, we are live on Twitch and YouTube. Hey. So it's something we're trying out. You can enjoy this show live in both places. And if you're finding us live for the first time, welcome.
Hi.
We're so glad you're here. Twitch is still the best place you can find our moderated chat, and our VODs are available there immediately for subscribers. And it's how you interact with us, with our interactivity. But we'll get to that in a moment.
Correct.
Morgan, I think it's you.
Yes, that's right. Two Kings Entertainment is our partner here for the show, twokingsfilms.com. I talked about it last week. Am I loud?
So loud.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean I'm loud?
You're like yelling.
I'm a theater kid.
You do you, buddy.
Thanks, man.
You do you.
The other theater kid's like, I love the projection.
And we're all in.
Listen to that support.
Twokingsfilms.com.
No, from the diaphragm.
I've been shamed.
Finally, it's not me being Two Kings! Yeah!
Let me cut back to it. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. twokingsfilms.com. This is a more moderated tone. Hi, everybody. Yes, they are a wonderful partner here and suppliers of this beautiful stage and all this stuff. If I say it every time, please, no, I'm not going to have you keep doing that. A reminder, we talked about this last week. They have a new show on their Dragons and Things network on Friday nights called simply Adventure. It's a wonderful new Pathfinder show that just started last week. So if you're looking for a new thing, you can get into that. Sean, I think he fell asleep at the trigger. Are you okay up there? But yes, check that out. Also, I'm going to switch it up because Die Hard Dice is our wonderful dice sponsor. Wow, you came up with it nice and fast, Sean. Well done. No, I'm kidding. Now, there's something cool with Die Hard Dice happening this week. There's always something cool. But we also have a fancy new vanity URL with Die Hard Dice. What? So if you want to get the discount code from the Dungeon Run, you can enter our discount code, Dungeon Run.
Ask nicely.
Ask nicely. No, but if you simply go to dieharddice.com/Dungeon Run, you can get our discount code automatically included. Isn't that amazing? So we got our whole thing. And they, as I mentioned last week, have a big holiday sale happening right now with up to 30% off everything. It's incredible. They have something called Battle Buckets. Oh. It is literally a half-pound bucket of dice that you can just buy for the times when you you critted on something. I think Jeff Canado once rolled 16d8 to hurt me. If you wanted 16d8 and you wanted to roll it all at once, That is what a battle bucket is for. So it's just I was exploring Die Hard. It's like, what's the fun stuff on here? Battle buckets. Look them up. They're amazing.
I'm taking this. Jared and I are going to take this as you want us to get a battle bucket.
I mean, just to go like how many d6s of damage? I'm firing 4 fireballs. Yes, all of that. But Jessica is now going to talk to you about Patreon. Jessica Lynn Parsons.
Hi, everybody.
What are you doing?
You're on camera.
This is weird. This is so meta.
Flip this around.
Inception, for sure.
Hey, whoa. I'm saying hello to our close friends on Instagram.
We're live right now.
So, if you join our Patreon at the $5 level, you get access to our close friends Instagram story, and you can go see what I did just now. Ooh.
And other stuff.
And you get access to the VODs. You get access to these videos on demand right away on Twitch. And so, like we said earlier, we are streaming on YouTube as well, but that's not going to stay on YouTube. We're going to keep our normal premiere of Fridays, right, Morgan?
Correct.
Fridays at noon. So if you missed the live episode and you want to watch it soon, join that $5 tier of our Patreon. You can find us at patreon.com/thedungeonrun, or just hit the command Patreon in chat. There's also fantastic benefits at higher levels, such as a free advantage or disadvantage for any of the players or dungeon masters at the $50 level.
Correct.
And at the $100 level, woo, you get a free moat. A free moat, which means a lot of points towards either Force of Nature or Force of Cosmos, which is your way to interact with the game live, affect us live on the show.
We love it.
And Morgan, who you just saw on camera, is dungeon mastering a game for you all, which, I mean, I've never heard of that before. I've never heard of an actual play D&D show playing D&D with their viewers.
We're having a blast already.
You
We've
have
only
so many
done
things
2
to say about
sessions.
them.
We're having so much fun. There is a full-on conspiracy board. I've thrown some mysteries their way. There is a Discord channel dedicated solely to this game, and it is very active. We're having a good time.
So there are so many other perks, but I'm currently hearing the Academy Awards music, so I have to wrap it up.
Play your TPK.
I'm being played off, but anyway, I love you, and I want to thank my best friend Michael Rose for everything he does for me and my mom and dad in Michigan. Okay, bye.
Your dog Ollie, your cat Pebbles.
Oh yeah, Ollie Pebbles. Oh, stop that the music, it's too loud.
My agent.
Who's next?
I just want to point out that this side of the table is very like Old Navy, and this side is
Wait a minute.
clearly
Excuse
like,
me.
Wait a minute,
That
Republic.
is.
We're
Whoa.
Is this the new?
I don't think Jared meant that as insulting as it came on.
I wear Old Navy.
West Side Story? Is that what's going on?
I'm merched up.
We both have little scarves.
And then
We're
there's
the
Ron
greasers and they're the
Clearly
socials.
For
spent
sure,
too much
eh?
time in the garage.
I had so many
Jess and I
beers.
are both wearing green.
Yeah,
So-
you guys are REI.
Us three go together.
Yeah, I don't know. You
REI
didn't get the memo.
discounts.
I am entirely clothed by our merch store at the moment.
Yeah, go on.
I do have one more thing to say. I know, the music is so loud right now. We are welcoming Angel Devilson as our newest moderator to the channel.
Thank you, Angel.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. She'll be joining our other lovely moderator,
Rogue.
Gord the Rogue, and I have a few other people who've DM'd me who will be joining the ranks of our awesome moderators in coming weeks. So
We
thank
appreciate you. Thank you so
We
much.
very much appreciate you.
So as you probably know, this is an interactive show, which means you get to help us tell the tale.
Woo!
And you have. You've given me lots of great suggestions on force cards. Every time you purchase a seed or a spark or a moat, like I'm seeing pop up right now, not only does that help fuel the show, but it also helps fuel the tier Force of Nature and Force of Cosmos cards, which you also help suggest. And I heard from a little birdie that you want to feel the pain a little bit more, or at least make the players feel the pain a little bit more. So I'm going to be using
No, thanks.
more of those hinder force cards that you suggest. So if you want to get your card read off, send it in through the website.
Or something
We're telling
nice.
you to be mean.
Yeah,
Please.
yeah.
Make cards that are mean.
We
Yeah.
mentioned the extension on Twitch, and if you are on YouTube as well, you can use the Streamlabs link. If you simply go to, which you can find in the About section of our Twitch page, or if you go to streamlabs.com/thedungeonrun, you can donate it on our YouTube.
Great. So we have a Seed of Nature from Tuomas.
Thanks!
And and a seed, Spark of Cosmos, also from Tuomat.
Wow, a little bit of both.
Thank you.
And a Seed of Nature from Sitar is drinking beer.
Yes, Sita.
It's all good. That puts us at, we are 26% of the way to level 2 Force of Nature.
Cool.
And we are still 21% away from our level 5 Cosmos card.
Sounds like the election.
If the level 5 help card was that strong, I'm scared of what a level if it goes hinder.
Well, I don't want to ruin it, but maybe we'll find out.
Oh no.
And on that note, let's enter the storm.
I didn't do it this time.
And we begin with a as a very large dire walrus continues to call out, especially to KoKo, but to everyone inside of Cristobal's ice tower that he's built.
Wow.
It's a very big ice tower.
Yes. Large.
Yes.
Move
Very
on.
ice tower.
Impressive ice tower.
Pointy.
That's how you use it.
Yeah. Anywho, the Canousk are outside of the ice tower because they have their own crab shack that they've been using to pull up their bait traps and hopefully collect more food. But your dire walrus was actually helpful and spewed forth the 15 pounds of fish that you turned into sashimi and other cooked delicacies.
And treats for the other dogs.
So you all find yourself being serenaded by this dire walrus while you dine on this
I think we ate
large
already.
chunk of fish.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of you have spent some time outdoors. Some of you have spent time with your studies. Others just spent time in the bath. But you all find yourselves now kind of at the end of that night, the end of that meal, resting, relaxing. You all took your bath, if you wanted to take a bath, in Cristobal's Roman bathroom. And I believe, Cristobal, did you shift the rooms into other rooms, or are they keeping them as is?
Yes. When Valcorio and KoKo went outside,
Right.
Saint and I went downstairs into now what became a study, and I turned the upstairs into a bedroom in case people wanted to go to sleep.
Great. So I'm going to say, for the sake of time, that you two have come back inside.
Yes.
And you two have just finished up your conversation, and Gost, your statue companion, the bronze statue, is still just sort of standing there waiting attentively over all of you. But the conversation that you all need to have now is what your plans are going to be for the following day. Not only because the Dungeon Masters would like to know,
Yes.
but also because the Dungeon Masters would like to know.
Because also, are we going somewhere tomorrow, or are we staying here
Yeah,
drinking
we need
beers?
to prepare the
For sure.
wolves. So if we're going to be going somewhere, then just let us know, because we're, going to be out here drinking beer and brushing poochies.
Well, we need to go
Sounded weirder than it was. Brush and Poochies sounded very
Hey, I
strange.
love brushing my booty.
That was a great rock band I followed in college.
We need to go through Minos Valley.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, it's,
I mean,
it's
really-
a few miles away, so just
Right. For
sure.
let us know if that's the plan.
So the question is, are we going there tomorrow or the day after tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
As soon as possible.
Oh, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Okay, well, we're gonna go get our stuff ready then.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
Okay, have a good night.
Okay, good night.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's nothing really for us here in Canousk so much. Barley is a cleric of Thasha. I'm curious about some things. Maybe if he, I don't know, has a direct line to the person who brought us here, might be useful in some way, or might know some things that we haven't asked him about.
I mean, does he appear to be a very high-ranking member, do you think, of the clergy? You know more
Because,
about the clergy
yes, I
than
could
do.
say that as a cleric myself of low rank, I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
even if it was a way of I'm not a big worshipper, obviously, but even if there was a way of all right, what does a worshipper of Thasha do to entreat yourself or to ask of something, or maybe I don't know. I'm looking for tips.
Are you afraid to ask?
Afraid to ask Barley or afraid to ask Thasha?
Yes.
I mean, no, I'm not. I'm genuinely curious, and me crying out to the heavens, "What do you want from me?" doesn't seem to be helping.
Well, if that's not working, then maybe try barley.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, well then I think you should do it before you go to sleep.
All right. I mean, yeah, I can.
Something I will say is that the Canousk don't strike me as ones who have much in the form of written history.
No, you're probably
they
right.
appear much like...
Agreed, but I think he just wants to go.
No, of course. We can all hear you. It's not a... we can all hear you.
trying
It's
to
not
say?
Nothing?
by 10 rules.
I just want to support you and what you want to do.
I know, I'm
That's a
just
good
saying.
idea.
So my point being is when you seek information from the Canousk, maybe don't ask for detailed specifics,
Right.
but rather general common knowledge, or even how they may personally worship Thasha. Maybe we
Yeah.
can, from that, abstract
Right.
something from their history.
I mean, we've seen him cast, some spells and stuff. I mean, so he's obviously got some sort of favor. So yeah, it would be, that's all I'm looking to do. I'm not looking to go anywhere. I don't know what that was about. But no, I think that's all. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's, I'm not going to go to him for a detailed history, but sort of hey, do you talk to your god? Do you think she might talk to us?
If you keep that attitude about it, like really jovial, I think
I'm
it's going to
good.
go a long
Really
way.
good role
Very
play.
good at
really
keeping things casual.
Yes,
Don't worry.
I've always said that about you.
Really?
Yes. Well, if you do not wish to spend any more time with the Canousk, we have created beds for you upstairs so that you may sleep. But it is totally up to you what you all might prefer.
If you go to talk to him, I would like to come with you.
Yeah, of course. So, by the way, in this tower, there's nothing illusory about it. It's very real.
All tangible.
And when you say something changes, what do we see? Do the little metal spiders come out and move things around?
So you leave a floor
Yeah.
and then go back to that floor and it's different.
Whoa.
It's not like, you're standing in the middle of the room and all of a sudden the walls start shifting and the chairs start flipping. It's once you leave a room or leave the tower, I can affect the tower.
Got it.
And we're safe in this tower?
Very much so. Gast, we have bars on the doors, so...
This is a weird question that I only know because of the wizards that I know. Is this tower here?
Yes.
Or is it in another plane while we're inside it?
No, it is here, created from this plane of existence with the materials of this plane.
Interesting. This is Lumbra that lets you do this?
Lumbra is the one who directed me towards the path of study that I needed in order to create this. Yeah. I would not say Lumbra blessed me with powers the way that Saint has been blessed, but it is through Lumbra's instruction and inspiration through which I developed this spell.
Fascinating.
It's pretty cool.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Okay, well, I'm going to tuck in.
All right. I'm going to go. Let's go talk to Barley.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
I will join you, and I'm going to turn to Gast and say, Gast, once they come back, please just close the door. And
Yes.
Oh, also,
Is there anything else you require of me?
yes. If you have you ever played chess?
No.
Well,
Is it difficult?
no. I would be happy to teach you.
What purpose does it serve?
Oh, fun?
Fun?
Yes, a way of keeping your mind stimulated to release endorphins and thus make you feel better.
I don't understand.
That is all right. Sometimes it is in the act of doing that you learn.
I see. Then I will try this fun you speak of.
Yes. And I'm going to take a pawn and move it forward a piece. I will be black, you will be white. Whenever you have time. And then I'm going to follow KoKo upstairs.
So as you walk upstairs, she looks at the board for a moment, but then she follows you up. And as you get up to the room with the bunks that you had her organize, it's all very functional. It's not as flamboyant as the previous rooms. But what you do see is that she has several different types of bedding. There's like nice satin sheets. There's also like a thicker blanket that's made out of some kind of fur. There's cotton, and she has them all laid out in individual stacks. And then when you get up to the second level, she comes up behind you and she turns and looks at you. Do you prefer warmer sheets and bedding, or would you like something more delicate?
You know, I've never tried delicate. I'll go with delicate.
Very well. And she walks over and takes the satin sheets. And as she takes the satin sheets, her hands do that disjointing thing again, where it's almost like each socket pops out and extends, and it gathers up the sheets. And as she's walking over to the bed, you can see her unfolding the sheets, like her fingers are unfolding with the sheet. And then she lays it perfectly flat in one smooth movement. And then her arms extend out and tuck in on all sides of the bed. And then they go back to their original length. How many sheets would you require?
Oh, 4, please.
She shoots one arm across the room, 15 feet long, grabs 3 more sheets, and then brings it back to her chest and proceeds to do the same thing. And each sheet that she puts on there is of a slightly thicker quality than the first. So the first one is almost, paper thin. It's very fine, very sheer, and then it gets thicker as it goes. But by the time she's done, you have this perfectly fitted bed with 4 different layers of satin. And the top layer is thicker and warmer, and the bottom layer is silky smooth. And it's very, very... You haven't felt anything this delicate since your time back in the Feywild. And that was only with the elves. The elves were the only ones capable of this level of textile.
Oh my goodness.
Thread count, baby.
This feels like home. A little bit.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
I do remember kind of slipping around in the bed. So I'm going to really, maybe I'll fasten myself to the bed so I don't fall out.
Would you like railing?
Yes, I would.
So she reaches down underneath the bed and you hear this ka-chunk, ka-chunk, and she pulls out what looks like a metal rail that goes right along the side of the bed. These are bunk beds, so in theory, it's kind of built for smaller individuals. You think Saint might have a little bit of a tough time fitting these beds.
Sure. She can be the top bunk.
And then her arm extends out again and she pulls out 2 down pillows that she also wraps in satin and then lays them down on the bed.
Thank you so much, Gost.
Is there anything else you require?
Oh. Well, I don't want to ask her too much, but I wondered if you bake.
Her head turns over and looks at you. Do I bake?
Does she bake?
We might be able to teach you, Gast, but at the moment we don't have the necessary ingredients.
Okay. Next time.
Yes,
Yeah.
next time.
Next time.
I will make a note of it.
Okay.
She turns back and she looks over at you.
The same, please.
Satin?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
What is wrong?
I am afraid I used all of the satin for KoKo.
Oh, do you want some of my satin?
No, that is fine. The fur then, please.
Furs.
Yes.
Very well. And her arms do the same thing. They extend out, grab onto the furs. And she, again, does the same thing where it's a nice, soft, thin layer, and then it builds up to where the top layer is obviously some kind of thick bear hide.
I'll get in, I'll pull out my my metal book, and I'll read for an hour before bedding down.
Okay. She stands there for a moment while the two of you are sort of getting into your beds and tucking yourselves in and reading. And then when she realizes that you don't need her anymore, she goes back down the stairs and you hear click, 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 click. Interesting.
We heard her say interesting?
I think she is experimenting with the game of chess.
Oh, I was hoping she was baking.
I've seen too many sci-fi movies. This is going to go real bad.
Maybe perhaps we can teach her, but like I said, we need ingredients.
Sure. I think baking, though, is a lot like chess. I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
You look like you're inside of an animal.
It's very warm.
Oh.
Saint, I mean, what do you think about all this tower and android woman and Cristobal in general, I guess?
Oh, well, I think it's extraordinary. Because I'm being watched. It does seem to be at odds with nature and what I know so far, but...
I mean, maybe not. Maybe it's at odds, I'm not sure, but it's I've never seen things like this before, and he's changing rapidly, seemingly. But he seems perfectly comfortable with all of it, I guess, so I don't...
Oh, well, I have no basis to know how rapidly he's changing. I've only just met him.
Yeah, I'm making assumptions. She's gone to bed, quiet!
I mean, you are standing outside.
Right, yes, yeah. This is, we're outside the door.
Just like rolling over on its back, just sort of looking around to see if anyone will rub its belly.
I mean...
But he did say that he's afraid of heights, and I'm also afraid of heights, so we have that in common.
It's true.
I do like that about him.
Yeah, no, there's a lot I like about him. There's a lot I like about all of you. I feel like a bit of a wet blanket sometimes because I'm the one reminding us that we don't know each other that well. And Cristobal, as I think I said the other day, that even when I thought I knew him earlier, or I knew things about him, I'm not sure about any of it anymore.
And why does that make you uncomfortable?
Because we're sleeping in a house made by a robot that he created that might murder us in our sleep.
Have you ever been murdered by a robot before?
Obviously not.
Or hurt by a robot?
No.
Or any construction at all?
I mean, no, but...
So why are you fearing?
Okay. You're far more trusting than I. And that's a good thing. That's not an insult. That's a good thing.
To be honest, I haven't really been given reason not to trust others before, other than maybe not fitting in. But perhaps you have more of a reason than I? To not trust?
I mean, it's nothing about him specifically. It's just more sort of...
Is there somebody else in your life who you just met who maybe has betrayed you before?
Oh. I mean, sure. Yeah. I mean, I was raised to be very protected.
Protected from?
Everyone. You think everyone wants something from you.
And what are you protecting?
What you have.
And what did you have?
A lot, honestly.
Could you be more specific?
Money, power, placement, influence.
And do you have any of those things now?
No.
So, really, I see that there's nothing to be afraid of. Because I don't think your life is in danger. And your influence and money and power is certainly not at play. So, why not just trust the process?
A small breeze blows, picking up the bits of cloth that aren't down, sort of making them wave in the wind.
I will try. Thank you. I will try to heed the words you say. I appreciate it.
Of Of course. And I'm always here to talk it out if you need. I understand it won't be easy. It's not something you can simply turn off.
No, it's true. Let's go talk to Bar Lady so we can get some sleep.
Okay.
Go up and knock on their door.
Oh, hey, there's somebody here, eh?
Sorry, yeah, sorry. I know it's late.
They call you Valcorio, yeah?
That's correct. Yeah.
Hello.
Do you have a moment? Actually, we wanted to speak to you specifically.
Oh, for sure. Come on in. It's warm in here.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Hops, Valcorio, and the elephant one's here.
Saint.
Saint. Oh, thank you. The Saint's here.
I can see him.
Oh.
I'm right here.
I was just being nice.
10 by 10.
I was just being nice.
He was reminding you in case you'd forgotten what our names are.
As I did, which was sort of why I was doing it.
We've all done it at parties. It's fine.
Sorry. I'm sorry, eh?
Should I go and
No,
tend to the dogs?
no, of course you can stay.
No, you can stay.
For sure. I would love to talk to you. And he sort of sits himself down and begins to... You see that he's working on what looks like he's making these potions, or the things that, similar barrels that are around his neck. And he sort of pops them and says, what you would like to do, eh?
We actually wanted to ask you specifically about Tharsia.
Ooh.
Since we know, obviously, you're quite fond of her. I mean, I think is a massive understatement.
For sure, eh?
How long have you been a cleric of Tharsia?
Oh, since I was little, eh? Since I was a wee pup.
Oh, were you chosen in a time of need?
Oh, no. My grandfather was, sort of a medicine man.
You were taught it.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you... This is an odd question. Do you feel as if you're able to communicate with her?
Oh, well, I mean, I have spells, and so that helps, eh?
Right, well, we've seen them, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes. I really need her guidance, for sure, eh?
I don't know if we've told you this, but at least it seems, by all accounts, we are here because Tharsia decided to make it so.
I sort of heard you say some things along that line as we've been traveling, so, I mean, I don't find that strange. That's why I'm here, Stasha, clearly.
Well, but literally, I mean, I was hundreds of miles away and dropped.
On the North Island?
Yes, I'm from the South Island.
Sorry, South Island.
I was wondering why I hadn't seen any of your kind before, eh?
Yeah.
You were like the first dragon person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of dragons, but I've never seen one. Eh?
Sure.
So now I know they exist, eh, Ops?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
For
I
sure.
mean, that's why he's here.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Have you ever heard of the Stormborn before?
Oh, we have a story about them, eh? Yeah, for sure.
No kidding.
Yeah.
What? We'd love to hear it.
So the Stormborn, eh, are supposedly these prophesized individuals who are supposed to come and save the world from Armageddon, eh?
Wow. Okay.
And I've heard that there's been multiple Stormborns.
Oh, sure. There's been pretenders here and there. There's been like, look, I've got a lot of magic. I'm a Stormborn. And then, of course, they get beaten down or taken out and they disappear and, whatever. But, are you sure? I mean, you seem normal to me, whatever that means, eh? You seem clear-headed to me, so I don't assume that you're insane or nothing, since you're saying that you're all Stormborn, so I assume that you have, and I've seen some of you do some things, so I'm not, I'm just not saying that
if you're asking if we're sure that we're Stormborn or not?
Yeah, that was where I was going, eh?
I'm not truly. We just have every good reason to believe it.
Well, if you're the Stormborn, eh, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Oh, well, there's some bad things that go down if you're the real Stormborn. There's some...
Bad to us specifically, or bad in general?
Oh, no, pretty much bad to everyone on the planet. Eh?
Right, it means something bad is happening.
Hey, in fact, there's some who believe that maybe you're not actually a good thing at all, eh?
Oh, and who might that be?
It's people that fear change.
For sure. The retrogrades, as we say. Eh?
Retrogrades.
Right, the ones who want to see things go back to the old ways, whatever that means. Usually up to them to decide what that means in the old ways. There's so many old ways, you can't get them straight.
Remember how we used to make beer?
Oh, yeah.
It tasted terrible.
It did, eh? It did.
We were Such fools.
But some people think that since the Stormborn show up when things go bad, that maybe the Stormborn are partially the cause of things going bad.
You know, that's not what I particularly believe, but sure.
Sort of like a chicken and the egg scenario.
Right.
Exactly. Or
Not to get all
an
philosophical.
owl bear in an egg situation, yeah.
That makes sense.
You seem to be of much higher rank cleric than I, as I am very new.
Are there ranks, eh?
I don't know, are there?
If
think
you
there
say
are
there are, then I sure.
Oh, I don't know. I heard that word floating about and I thought it might apply. But it seems you have much more experience than I, having been a cleric your entire life and coming from a line of clerics.
Oh, wait,
so
sure.
do you think it might be possible that you could speak with Thosia, and ask her if we truly are the
Oh, I
Stormborn?
literally talk to her every day.
Does she ever answer?
Well, yeah, she usually tells me whoa, or,
Whoa?
yeah, right, whoa, or wheel.
Oh.
You're right. You know, hey, I know you're busy up there and everything, eh? But if I make this batch of pine cone beer right now, is it going to help anyone and save them? And usually be like, wheel, yeah? Eh?
The way he does it is he looks into a barrel that's
Indeed,
filled with the beer that we make, and he reads the pine cone pieces.
Wow.
And they speak to me, eh?
So it's like tea leaves, sort of.
Well, pine cones.
Yeah, pine cones, right.
You know, it's a lot better than tea.
I agree. I do agree. I prefer beer.
It's just
over
leaf
tea
soup.
Any day. You are not wrong, my
That's
friend.
what tea is, just leaf soup.
You are not wrong.
We're just looking
They're
for any...
strange on the South Island.
Hey, well, I mean,
We've sort of, I'll be honest, I think Saint was about to say the same. We've been literally dropped here, and we're sort of stabbing about trying to find exactly what Thosia might want of us.
well, if you're the Stormborn, what she wants from you is to save the world, eh?
Great.
I mean, no pressure or nothing.
Thanks.
I mean, you seem right nice folks, and I don't know how you did that tower thing out there, but
Yeah.
it's quite impressive. So if you could just generate...
a big bug too.
Why, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Putting that thing to sleep, that couldn't have been easy.
seriously.
Have you ever heard of anyone named Grimora?
Can't say I have, eh?
And Nagrok? These names ring any bells to you? Nothing?
No.
Okay.
Sounds like an annoying piece of stone.
We did. That's true, right? Well said. We sort of had a vision of Thosia,
I mean, that's common.
right? But she, and the time seemed to be engaged in a sort of a conversation, or a heated conversation, or an argument with a three-headed dragon. Does that mean anything to you?
Not a clue, eh?
All right.
We know that Thasha and Bahatha are pretty close. Though.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen all.
Hey, maybe the three-headed dragon was Bahatha, eh?
Is that what Bahatha looks like?
Well, no, not any that I know of, but, you know, I don't know if dragons are animals or not, eh?
I mean, we've seen.
Sorta, but not really.
I mean, I wouldn't go, they're not all over here like wolves are, or elk or nothing, so I wouldn't think they're beasts.
Feel
They're,
like
right?
didn't feel like Bahatha.
Never seen a dragon-sized beaver before.
No.
No, we've dealt with with actual physical manifestations of Bahatha and who are helping us.
What did he
Previously.
look like?
Oh, it was a big owl, griffin, snake, horse, winged bat thing. His name was Hanolo.
Well,
Was it nice?
Yeah, actually.
Oh.
I mean, he
That
wasn't
sounds like
particularly
Bahatha.
Yeah, for sure.
loquacious.
I mean,
but, yeah.
unless you're prey sometimes. Sometimes if you prey, then
Sure.
you know.
Yeah, he was not nice to his enemies for sure, but
Oh, yeah.
nice enough to us.
Well, you lucked out, it sounds like to me.
Is there anything? I mean, okay, I think it's. I appreciate your advice and insight. Is there anything
You
specifically?
certainly have some energy if you'd like me to ask her some specific questions, eh?
What specific questions might we want to ask her?
I mean, you were the one who said you wanted to communicate.
No,
with
I know.
the
I'm just thinking. I mean, now that we're actually sitting here, what if we could ask Thasha some questions that I assume you either get a yay or nay, basically.
Basically, yeah. I get an idea if she likes that or if she don't, or if it's a mix, you know?
I mean, I guess the first question is, are we the Stormborn?
I mean, it's more like, is mommy happy or upset, you know?
You call her mummy?
Well, she's the mother of Storms, of course. She's my mother,
She's also the mother of this island.
for sure. And, you know, some argue that maybe even the mother of the animus, but that's up for debate.
I guess, how many questions would we get?
Oh, let's see, I can do 2, if you'd like.
2.
I usually keep 1 for myself at night, because hey, did I do good today? But I would be willing to give that up for you.
Oh, that's very nice.
Thank you.
You seem so nice.
I mean, I guess if I had 2 questions, it would be, are we, or are the Stormborn,
Okay, yeah, I can ask that for sure.
and should we head to Atos Peak? If we head to Atos Peak, is that the right direction for us?
I would ask, are we on the right path?
Yes.
And I want to know if Thassa knows anything about Aitha.
But she can only say a yes or no,
Well, I
right?
would assume that Thasha knows about her son, for sure, eh?
But is there a way to phrase that in a yes or no question?
Or it's more of like what you're immediately going to do, like, soon.
Right.
Are we on the right path? And
Are we the Stormborn?
I will say that being more specific helps, eh?
Yeah.
You just understand what woe or wheel means. But if you're just like, hey, is the moon pretty? That's not going to give you any info.
I think it should be.
I do too, right?
Maybe
And
asking-
I'm sure Thasha does too, eh? For
If it has to be specific, then should the
But like in what way,
should the Stormborn head to Atos Peak?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Right?
Are you sure? You seem confused now.
No, I think. Yeah.
well, I do believe we were already given a sign, so I think I have my answer for that. But you're more than welcome to ask.
You saw a sign, eh?
I mean, we had
Yes,
a
it's
bird.
deliverance from a bird, an Aarakocra.
Oh.
Yes, and he led us on our path and gave us the information to get to.
We were told our friend was there who had previously been taken away by
Well, don't mind me or nothing. I don't want to like speak bad of nobody or nothing, but the Aarakocra are kind of like high and mighty, eh?
Yeah.
You might be careful about what they tell you about things. Just saying.
Yeah, he could have very much his own
Well, they have their
motivations.
own
Yeah.
motivations of things, eh? We deal with them on occasion as the Canousk. They're not bad to deal with, and mostly but they will take advantage of you for sure.
Well, the whole reason I'm doing this is because I've been tasked by my god, but in exchange for the return of my sister, or at least me being able to find her. So I want
That's a
to,
noble endeavor, eh?
well, I want to know if we're on the right path to being rewarded. If you are going to be rewarded by getting back home, if KoKo will be rewarded by
Okay.
finding the Feywild.
All right. Then the question is, if we, I mean, rewarded is very general. If we, questions, here we are again. Hi, campaign 1. Questions to gods. If the Stormborn do as you ask, do we get to return from where we came? Or do we get to...
Well, I don't want to return from where I came.
I know. I mean, if you like, we can ask specifically about your sister. Is your sister in the direction that we are heading?
Well, remember, it's whatever you want to do. If it's going to be good if we do that, if it's going to be bad, or if it's a mixture.
Should we head in this direction? If we head in this direction, will it help us find Saint's sister?
That I can answer, probably.
I like that.
Okay.
Feels a bit selfish, but I don't
I'm
have
all right
any
with
other
it.
questions.
I will take it for a clear confirmation that we are the Stormborn.
For sure.
All right, so question number 1, are we the Stormborn? Question number 2, if we head in this direction, will it help Saint find her sister?
I will have to rephrase "Are we the Stormborn" to something more of like, if they continue upon the path that the Stormborn are supposed to, will that result in them being the Stormborn? Eh?
Oh, we're not
You
already...
have to make a decision, and then it tells me whether that's a good idea or not.
Okay, right. Oh, okay. Gosh. Yes, yeah, all right.
Okay,
Yeah,
for sure. Eh?
I trust you.
Okay, and so, Hops, it's gonna get weird in here. And he moves the barrel over and begins dropping some pine cones in them. But you also see that he lights what looks like a stick of incense or some sort of cone of packed herb of some sort, and it gets very heavy and musky inside this, inside the crab shack. And your head starts to swim ever so slightly. Nothing bad, but just a little of. It's heavy in your senses, and he begins to sort of poke at the at them, and it's almost like he's a dog playing with like things in the water, you know, like
Dog in a bathtub.
and then like splashes happen, and he looks around, and he casts Augury. And so the first question he goes, "Oh, mighty Thasha, hey, if these new individuals that I have met and we have helped cross the Canousk area, if they were to continue on the pathways of the Stormborn, would that be good to you, eh?" And he sort of plays again in the water and he goes,
Confirmation.
Sure.
"Oh, well, I got good news and I got bad news, and that's pretty much it, eh?"
Okay.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean is, if you are to continue down that path, good things will happen, but so will bad, eh?
So when I cast this spell, I got the same answer. I'm thinking maybe there's something wrong with our spell.
Oh, no, I just think it might go to that hierarchy you were talking about, eh? We're just not important enough, eh?
All right, can you ask the second question about her sister?
Oh, for sure. I didn't mention this before, but it could be that I knock myself unconscious after the second one.
Oh,
Just,
is he going to be all right?
I mean, I'll be fine.
It'll be the first time.
All right, well,
It would not.
I'll stand behind you to catch you.
Well, yeah, you know, part of this is he has to drink some of this material, right? It's like he's putting his hands in it, he's drinking it kind of thing. So this is just my flavor text of every time you cast it after the first time, it's a 25% chance of failure. So if that happens, he just says, "Oh, drank too much, eh?" So he goes, he does the same thing. He lights another cone and he goes like, "Man, it is heavy in here, eh?"
We get one question per augury?
Yeah.
I thought, okay, I'm sorry.
If you cast the spell 2 or more times before completing the next long rest, there's a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you'll get a random reading.
Come on. So what, roll above a 5?
But we don't know that, right?
Yeah, you
It
won't
says
know
the
it.
DM makes this roll in secret.
Right, you won't
Sure.
know it.
Oh man, should have asked the Stormborn ones.
And so he does his old ritual again, and it takes a big gulp of it, and he puts it down, and he goes, "Oh, Sasha, eh? It's me again, Barley, eh? What was the second question?
If we head in this direction of the Stormborn, will it help Saint find her sister?
Oh, right. So related to the first question I asked you, eh? If they continue down this path, will it result in good news about finding Saint's sister, eh?
If you're gonna hurl, you better say something because I don't want to have to clean it up
Ooh, I'm feeling okay. First or third?
first.
Yep. Oh, that's a good one, eh? That's all good, all gravy, baby, as they say. All poutine, as they say.
Who says?
It's all poutine, eh?
Poutine.
It's all poutine.
So for sure, thumbs up.
All right.
Sasha gives you a big thumbs up, eh?
All right.
Okay, so we have a sign from the greatest god of the North Island
I
that
guess so.
I'm on the right
Whoa.
path.
Whoa, easy.
Of all the
Of
items.
all the islands.
Holy war Cristobal over here.
Why do I feel like there's a whimpering somewhere?
It might be the dire walrus out there, eh?
Yeah, possibly.
He just does not shut up, eh?
Well, yeah, I guess then we're good to leave in the morning. We really appreciate it. Thank
of
you.
course.
And if you happen to talk to Thasha anytime soon, if she has a road map or any sort of directions for us, that would be great.
Well, that's kind
Sure,
of
I'll call the AAA line for you.
That's kind of why I'm here.
Right.
Like I know where things are, and
That's
I
why
know
I bring
which
them
ways
around.
north and
Great.
south and
It's also my
how
kid.
far.
This Minos Valley place where we're going, and we'll talk about it tomorrow as well. But our friend told us that the what are they? The Sphinx. Yeah, the Sphinx over Minos Valley are particularly like savage.
Oh, you mean the ones in the sky?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, eh? Do not go in the air, eh?
So we're gonna have to.
Don't even jump.
So we're gonna
I'm
have
not
to
even kidding.
Got it. Yikes! Don't
Yeah.
even jump.
Well,
so we're
I
gonna
don't
have
know
to.
if you'll- Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay, we're gonna have to stick to the ground. And
That's a rumor.
I don't know. If
We never been through the Minos ourselves.
Mostly because they can't fly.
So you'll probably have to just drop us kind of at the entrance to Minos.
Well, we're gonna stop you right where the snow starts to melt because we gotta do a Yui and get back home, eh?
Great. Thank you.
got a lot more pine cones to go get.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
How big is Minos Valley? How many days to traverse?
Oh, from here to there now?
No, through Minos Valley.
Once we're there.
Oh, I wouldn't know that, Ape. I've never been further than
That'd
that.
be up to the Minotaurs.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
They're the ones that control all that.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, the cliff sides are not small, so they kind of have the valley that goes down them. So I imagine
It's a lot
pretty
quicker
big.
than going over the mountains, that's for sure.
Well, or slower, depending.
Thank you.
I mean, if you just jump off, be like real quick down.
Is that?
You had way too much of that pine cone beer.
They asked me to do it, eh?
Can you do that?
What?
Can you go up to the cliffs and jump off?
Well, just like you can any mountain.
Would that be a faster way around Minos Valley?
I mean, good luck with surviving, eh?
Okay.
It's a long way down.
Crazy thought.
I mean, not much crazier than what you already been claiming. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, thank you.
Upstairs.
You're welcome.
Upstairs, KoKo whispers, Cristobal!
Yes?
Oh, are you still awake?
Yes, I was just reading.
Oh. Okay, never mind. I'll let you read.
What is it? You don't have to whisper, it's just the two of us.
Oh, okay, cool. Have you ever met a Minotaur?
No.
No?
This is the first time I've met any of the Animus.
Okay, I was just hoping that you knew some stuff.
Oh, about Minotaurs?
Yeah, just, what to expect and...
I mean, I've read some things about Minotaurs in the past.
He says as he rolls a history check.
Have you?
It would be history.
Straight roll for you as far as we're concerned, Cristobal. Oh, we got some things to read here. Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
We got a Spark of Cosmos from Cetar finished his beer.
Woo!
Well done.
Way to go,
Congratulations.
He's
Cetar.
not drinking it anymore. He finished it.
We got a Spark of Cosmos from the Cosmic Lord. A Seed of Nature from Artemis Dixon. Thank you, Artemis Dixon.
Thank you.
And we got 4 Sparks of Cosmos from Vaindad.
Wow.
Dad.
Thank you.
So overall, we are at 30% of the way to level 2 of Force of Nature and 25% of the way to Force of Cosmos.
What level?
5.
Or both?
Excuse me.
No.
No, for what?
Level
Before we
2 for
started.
Force of Nature
Okay.
and 25% of the way for level 5. of
Level
Force of
7
Cosmos.
from the Force of Nature, actually.
me.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
What have you read?
Well, I read about 25 history points worth of knowledge.
25 books worth of knowledge?
Yes, exactly, 25.
Wow.
So
I really like to read.
So what you know about Minotaurs is that, unlike our current mythology, where they're kind of like herking brutes that lumber around inside of a labyrinth, attacking anyone that is nearby, Minotaurs in this world are actually, they revere knowledge and wisdom and history and lore. To the point to where some of the closest things that you would call to scholars on the North Island, when the North Island and the South Island actually were traversable, were Minotaurs. Minotaurs were the lore keepers. They cared a lot about the history of the North Island and the wisdom that is tied into all of that.
Kind of like Dungeon Masters is what you're saying.
They are also a little bit more developed than the rest of the Animus. They are earlier than the Animus, possibly even. And so, technologically speaking, they are more advanced. They actually are capable of building really solid structures, hence the labyrinth, which you don't know if it was there before the Minotaurs and the Minotaurs are just kind of keeping it up, or if they're the ones that actually built it. But their craftsmanship with stone is only rivaled by the dwarves. And their craftsmanship when it comes to metalsmithing and collecting minerals from the earth is only rivaled by the dwarves.
And there's even some books that you've read that have history of a debate of whether this was Dwarven or Minotaurian. And there are great, still unanswered questions on whether certain materials that have been found are Dwarven or Minotaurian.
Anecdotally, Minotaurs tend to be a little bit more prideful than other Animus because they came first. And so they also tend to have a slightly inflated ego when dealing with, especially other animus, but even other races.
Does KoKo know? Has KoKo ever seen a Minotaur?
You can roll.
Okay.
You have advantage from Ghostbusters quick response unit.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I keep coughing. I swallowed.
GQ,
my
are you?
pop run.
Are you okay? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good. History, you
Excuse me.
said?
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh, 14.
So your knowledge of Minotaurs comes from the Feywild, which Minotaurs in the Feywild are a little bit more
Partiers.
yes.
Hardcore.
Yes. They're like centaurs or satyrs, whereas their emotions can get the better of them. And they're fierce warriors. And they tend to stick to themselves, but every once in a while, if there's a cause that's really important to them, or if they are enlisted by a higher power, let's say, because they do definitely have a reverence to the gods in a major way, then they will sign up for that. They will get on board, and they will be the most passionate, fervent warrior on the battlefield,
And
more so than anyone else.
They're also a sucker for a riddle.
That's
they-
the info we need.
Same.
Are they solitary creatures or are they communal? Like,
In the Feywild, they're not quite as communal as they are in Cristobal's history books.
okay.
In the Feywild, they tend to travel either one, maybe two, maybe three, and they only get together for very specific events or gatherings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're huge and incredibly strong, and you personally would not want to face one in combat unless you absolutely had to.
You've never been to a Minotaurs Anonymous meeting, but you've heard of them. You know?
Are the Minotaurs from the Feywilds about the same size as the ones from Cristobal's books?
The ones in Feywild are bigger.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Or they can be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the most, all of the knowledge that I do have about the Animus comes from books written by Minotaurs. They are known to be keepers of knowledge here on the North Island.
Can you imagine just writing about yourself?
No, well, I mean, we are on a fascinating adventure.
But if it was just about you and you only wrote about yourself?
Well, yeah, but you need a point of view from which to tell the tale.
Sure.
Sure. So, you'd have to pick the most interesting member of the party to voice.
Which would probably be me.
Sure. Sure. It could be you.
Maybe I'll write a book.
Maybe you will. There is plenty of paper and quill down in the study. You may use it as you wish.
Okay, I'll think about it. What do you know about these Minotaurs? 'Cause
Oh.
I've definitely, heard of Minotaurs in the Feywild, but I don't really want to hang out with them very much.
Oh, well, I'm fascinated to meet them. They are known for their philosophy and their debates. They're very reasonable and quite creative, very technologically advanced in their stonework, masonry, steel. I'm fascinated to meet them, to get a first-person account.
What if they're like, I'm smart, like too full of themselves or something? Like, what if you don't like each other because you're also very smart? What if they don't want to share any knowledge? What if they're just hoarding knowledge?
They may be. That is very possible, and we do not have to engage with them. But I would like to think
to share knowledge with them.
I'd like to think, one intellectual to another, that we might be able to come to some sort of agreement or understanding.
I feel like we should get on the baking thing so we have something to trade in case they don't want to just give knowledge.
Like you want to go up to some of the greatest philosophers of the North Island and be like, hey, here's the muffin. Can we go through is that the...
Who doesn't love a blob of bread?
I love that a muffin is a blob of bread.
I mean, it
that's
really-
absolutely true.
It's
I've never
absolutely
thought of it
true.
until now.
Just get
My mind
or
is
cake.
blown. Yeah, it's just sort of cake.
A blob of cake.
Perhaps we can find some flour or some seeds for the muffin.
Yeah.
Maybe Barley knows where to find some, or perhaps the Minotaurs might trade us for them, so we may bake them a cake.
Yes, and we will need something to make them like pink.
Well,
Probably.
You want them to like the color pink?
No, I want to turn the dough blobs into pink.
Oh, so like a food dye of sorts.
Yeah, so they're fun.
Yes.
Hey, sorry, before I go to bed,
Hey.
you're still awake.
Yes, hi.
Before I go hit the hay, literally, I had.
Are you sleeping on hay?
Gertrude, what's the
Gast.
Gast. Make me a bed of hay and leaves. It's so comfortable.
It looks very plush.
It is. I am creating a massive ball of thread to make sure we can get through the Minos labyrinth.
Oh, right, because we were going to leave it behind us so we can get back. Is that?
Yes, I will unravel it as we go, and then if we ever get lost, or if there's any sort of riddle that we can't solve and it leaves us perpetually in the middle of this puzzle, then we will be able to find our way out.
Well, if you can use, maybe the needle will help you in your crafting.
How will this help me get more thread?
Well, if you want to take a garment, for instance, your pants, and
I need my pants.
you need thread from somewhere.
My pants?
I'm just throwing out an example.
Does not Gertrude have some other articles of clothing?
Well, I have an idea. Sorry to interrupt, but you don't want to just be carrying a giant ball of thread. You wouldn't think that would be it would be very cumbersome. So if
I'm very strong.
Oh, yes. But also, an idea would be if you have the magic needle make you something you can wear, and then the thread kind of unthreads itself as we go, and then voila, you're not wearing a coat anymore.
KoKo, you're brilliant. I am so happy to call you my kin.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Now I'm much too excited to sleep.
I know, it's so exciting.
Gertrude! Gertrude!
Maybe-
Gast!
Yeah.
Her name is
Gast!
Yes.
Hello? I need help finding as much spare fabric as possible to create the biggest pants you've ever seen.
Well, here's something you should know. Once we leave the tower, everything in the tower dissipates. So, for instance, if you were to take a rug outside of the tower, the rug would disappear.
I have an idea. So outside, the Canousk, they were brushing the dogs and things like that. You can kind of weave that burr into thread.
Certainly, yes.
That work?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I will do.
We could brush Slushy. We could shave Slushy if we wanted to.
Can Gast
It's like
use
endless.
this?
I'm not shaving slushy.
I mean, maybe once we get out of the cold, Slushy might get hot.
No. That's how slushy stays cool.
All right, I will spend an hour doing this before I hit the hay.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
So you're collecting the leftover dog fur, bringing it in, winter wolf fur, thank you, bringing it into the ice tower, and then using the thread that you already have to then transpose the hair into more thread, correct?
Yes, and then I'm going to be making a massive snowsuit made of
Pants.
whatever kind of material this comes out as.
Sure.
In an hour?
The thread is relatively easy, so I'll say you can do that in an hour. If you want to try to turn the thread into a massive pair of pants that unravel while you walk, that's going to take some time.
What?
How much time?
You gotta get some sleep, Saint.
4 hours.
Worth it.
Oh, also, I already rested pretty much. So I can do
You
it.
can do it for me.
Yes.
Oh, that's so
You make the
exciting.
thread, I'll make your
The
pants.
trance strikes again.
Okay, so what I was thinking
Yes.
is a big, thick, massive pair of pants with 2 straps that go up and over. But also my shoulders get very cold. So maybe we just attach a shirt to the pants, and then maybe some gloves that are attached as well.
And pockets. You gotta have pockets.
So many pockets.
So many
And maybe a
pockets.
hood.
Just to clarify, you only have enough material as you have dog hair.
There's a lot of dogs.
I mean, they are very large dogs in their sport.
Did you say they're as big as a horse?
They are. They're as big as, I mean, they're pretty big
Okay.
dogs.
This is like, what did you just roll for?
I rolled for how much dog hair.
I needed to get that on the record.
did.
Yeah.
Certainly
So
did.
I will say you have enough for the pants, the suspenders, and maybe something on your shoulders for you because you're large.
I need the hood, man.
Okay, well then the suspenders don't have anything on them. You just have a hood. So it's a hood, suspenders, and then the pants.
Very
I mean,
chic.
that's pretty good.
Very chic.
A hood attached to suspenders?
This is what you designed.
You're gonna go to. We're gonna find you a rave, and then you're gonna go to
Cristobal's
a
gonna have
rave.
so much.
I know.
They will have our shoulders
gonna
exposed no matter what.
It's gonna
at all
start the
times.
weirdest fashion trend of all time.
I'm into it.
Can we keep it in like the direwolf furs, like a furry look?
If you want it to be, yeah. If you want it to
Fur-lined,
be
yes.
like a thick, sure. A thick fur, sure.
Cute.
Made of repurposed fur.
That's essentially what the
needle
needle
does,
does
yeah.
is it doesn't create anything. It just
changes
transmogrifies one substance into another.
Sick.
But if it's clothing or clothing-like material, then you can transform it into a specific type of clothing.
Can we go to bed, please?
As far as color, yes. As far as color and style, just surprise me and please tell me all about it.
Oh, I cannot wait.
Okay.
Okay, so you do the third. You trance, and then after your trance, you
So,
shift
Wakes
it
up at
into
2 a.m.
The hoodie pants.
yeah.
Okay.
Hoodie suspended
Hoodie
pants.
overalls.
Hoodie alls.
Copyright the dungeon.
Put in the merch store, Ron.
Coming to stores.
Hoodie suspenders.
That night, while you two are asleep and you're busy with your needlework, you are woken up with a very gentle tapping on your shoulder. But even though you're kind of used to it at this point, it is a little startling that Gost is right there over the top of you without a face. She still has the little eye holes and the mouth hole,
Yikes.
but the face is still gone. The mask
She
has been
likes
removed.
you.
Yeah. Gast, what is it?
There is a message for you.
A message?
Yes, it was delivered through the window.
By who?
I cannot say. I just found the scroll. It
Okay.
is written to you. It is entitled, My Dearest
wait.
Cristobal.
Let us go downstairs. We don't want to wake everyone up.
Very well.
And I go downstairs.
She goes downstairs, and she doesn't make a ton of sound. We're gonna go to a secret room. Cristobal room.
Oh.
So give us a couple minutes to have these fine folks vanish, and then we'll be back.
Is KoKo just in the corner, like sewing?
So you are in the lower level. Over in the corner, KoKo is sewing quickly and quietly. There's a little sound as she's using this needle very quickly. But you kind of make your way over to and this room is small, but you make your way over to the opposite side of the room in the tower. And sure enough, there is a little like arrow slit sized window on this level and the upper level, which didn't need to be locked or bolted because not much can fit through there. But a scroll has been shoved through, according to Gost, and she starts to read it, and you tell her not to. So then when you get down to the lower level, she rolls it up and hands it over to you. It is made of a rough paper, but the handwriting is very, very ornate. You can go ahead and read it aloud if you'd like, so that the watchers know what's on.
Sure, of course. I was waiting for you to finish the description.
Also, one last thing. As you look at that window, as you look out at where the scroll came in, you can see the dire walrus outside seems to be...
My dearest Cristobal, I'd like to call in that favor you offered me not too long ago. There's a certain spire that the Minotaurs of Minos Valley are guarding.
Spine.
Spine that the Minotaurs of Minos Valley are guarding. Please procure it for me at your earliest convenience. If you require additional assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Cheers, Falchion. Falchion, sorry.
So you read this, and as you finish reading it, Gost is just standing there, and she kind of tilts her head towards the arrow slit, and she points, and her finger extends out, and she goes, I believe he is still here.
And I look out the window.
You glance out, and you see this huge, it's silhouettes, because there's hardly any light whatsoever. There's a little bit of light coming from the tower and a little bit of light coming from the shack. So in the silhouette, you see the bulbous shape of the dire walrus, but past that, you see a huge woolly mammoth silhouette with a figure sitting on top of it, covered in rags. And as you glance out, he gently waves.
I'll throw my coat on and go outside to speak with him.
Okay. As soon as you step outside, you are blasted with cold, and you forgot, because you got acclimated to the inside of the tower, just how cold it is outside on the tundra. And at night, it drops to even colder, and that wind picks up. Doesn't seem to affect the walrus, doesn't really seem to be affecting Falchion or the mammoth either, as you kind of huddle inside of your jacket and make your way across the crunchy snow over to where Falchion is. When he sees you come out and start to come his way, he gets off the top of Mammut and pets Mammut. It's all right. I'll feed you in a bit. And he turns around. Cristobal, it is so nice to see you again. I see you fared well.
We are surviving, yes. I got your message. This spine, where is it?
I think you know where it's at.
And I am to do this alone.
Well, if you require help, I'm here.
What kind of help could you offer me?
It depends. Are you going to retrieve the spine and give it to me or not? We did have an agreement.
Do I have a choice?
You always have a choice. And he smiles, and this is the first time you've seen his lower jaw and his teeth, because it's always been covered in the hood. And he's got beautiful, smooth blue skin, and his teeth are perfectly white, but you do notice that a couple of his teeth are capped with gold.
And when he smiles like that, you hear what sounds like an otherworldly.
Probably Mammut.
This spine, would it be related to the skull that we carry?
Perhaps.
What purpose would it serve you?
I am a collector. It would fetch quite a price.
Then this is a great favor you're asking of me.
Well, isn't the life of your friend a great favor.
Yes.
So then we have a deal.
Yes.
Good. Then let me help you with a little assistance. And he reaches into, Mammut has lots of saddlebags and what have you hanging off the side of him. He reaches into one of the bags and he pulls out a vial. It's small, thin, clear. Looks like it has a clear liquid inside of it. But the stopper on the top is a teeny tiny little diamond.
What is this?
This will help you when you need to disappear. And no one, and I mean no one, will see you.
How long does it last?
Long enough. I'll see you on the other side of the labyrinth.
My companions will not be happy with this deal. They may wish to stop me from trading with you.
And that is why I gave you that.
And I'm gonna turn and head back inside.
It's all right, Mammut. He doesn't mean to be rude.
I'll tuck the vial in my inside pocket
It feels incredibly fragile, very light. Must be made of crystal or glass, like a thin crystal or a thin glass.
When I get inside, I'm going to.
By the way, as you're walking away,
Sure.
the walrus is still laying there, and the walrus is just completely comatose. Like it looks like it's letting out little sounds, but it's in some kind of deep sleep. Because when you walk by it, you're quiet, but you walk by it and it's loud enough, and you would attract enough attention from something like this big creature that you would expect would wake him up or wake up the creature, and it doesn't at all.
Wow. I'm gonna look back at Phaeotian and
He's
Mammut.
gone. There's just a breeze and some snow flurries.
I'm going to
You do see tracks from Mammut, though, in the snow.
heading in which direction?
South.
The way we're traveling to
Yes.
get to Minos Valley. He's shoulder against the wind, hand tucks the vial inside the pocket. I'm going to go back into the tower. And Gast is there, I assume.
Yeah. She, in fact, probably opens the door and steps out and lets you come in, and then closes the door behind you, and then latches it back like you originally instructed her to.
Gast,
Yes,
would you help me with an analysis?
of course.
And I'm going to present the vial to her. No one knows about this but us, and I would like to keep it that way.
Very well.
I'd like to know if its composition, if it can be replicated, and
I'm afraid the laboratory has been changed.
yes, we will not do it tonight, but tomorrow night.
Very well.
And again, thank you for all of your help. You are a true friend.
A friend?
Yes,
Like the others?
yes, like the others. Like the others. Is there anything I can do for you? You have done much for me.
As long as you continue to serve Lumbra, I will be here for you.
Of course. And again, thank you. And I'll start to walk up, and on my way up, I'm going to look at the chessboard.
You look at it, and she's moved the pieces several different times on both sides, but you also notice that because she doesn't know the rules, that it looks like she's moved the pieces in ways that they weren't necessarily designed to be moved. But the pattern of the pieces on the board creates an interesting design. It almost looks like a sculpture, or when you set the tiles in something like a mosaic.
Mosaic.
Yeah.
Is it identifiable as a particular design, or more of just a beautiful design?
It looks like, if you were to piece it all together and kind of blur your vision, it looks like it would be a cityscape. Like she was trying to design a structure or a building, but using the chess pieces.
The rooks themselves seem to have been placed at the tops, almost as they're the most important part of this particular.
That is a beautiful design.
I have yet to learn how this fun works.
Tomorrow, maybe. Well, I have a few moments. And I will sit down with her for like maybe 20 minutes and just explain the basic rules of the game.
You only have to say the rule once.
Right.
And then she immediately memorizes it. So you tell her how each piece moves and like a general concept of like strategy behind chess. And then she just nods. I understand.
Move a pawn.
It is interesting that you chose the same pawn as the last time.
It is a strategy and technique my father taught me.
So she moves the pawn on the opposite side, like mirroring the pawn that you just moved.
I look forward to our game. I'll move the knight out, and then I'll... Good night, Gast. And I'll
Good night.
move upstairs.
And as you're going up the stairs, you hear click, 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 click. Clearly, she's moving your pieces and her pieces, and she's starting to understand how to predict what other players might be attempting to do.
Sure.
She's learning the strategy of the game.
Great.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yep.
All right, so we'll take another little 1 minute, 2 minute long pause as we bring back all the other players, and we'll see you in a moment.
Hello! We've returned. Before we continue on, I do want to point out some of our seed sparks and motes. We got 2 sparks of cosmos from Vein Dead. Thank you, Vein Dead.
Thank you.
And 1 seed of nature from Shenanimous. 1.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you.
And don't forget, if you're a high-level patron, you get 1 free mote, and if you're a mid-tier
Avatar.
thank you, you get a free advantage or disadvantage for players or dungeon masters.
Once a month.
Yep. Okay, so you, KoKo, see, because you're sewing, you see Cristobal come down. Gast gives him a letter. He reads the letter. Then he excuses himself and goes outside. He's not gone for very long. Then he comes back in, and he and Gast have a brief conversation about chess. He teaches Gast the basics of chess and a little bit of strategy. And then the rest of the time that you're sewing with your needle, Gast is doing moves on the chessboard, playing both sides and learning strategies.
This is how war games happens, Cristobal. Do you want war games?
And it's a little distracting. You're trying to focus on your work, but Gast, even at one point, disjoints both hands and is moving pieces on either side of the board back and forth in very fast succession.
Okay. Did you figure it out?
What?
The game, did you figure it out?
I understand the rules, yes.
Oh, I wasn't sure. It kind of looks like you might just be moving things around.
I was originally, and then Cristobal told me how the game is played.
Oh.
It is fun.
Are you sure? Did it sound fun?
He said it was fun. Is that not true?
It is true. I don't know. I've never played chess.
Would you like to learn?
Okay, sure.
And then she explains the basics of each of the pieces and basic strategy, but she goes a little too quickly for you.
Yeah, I don't get that. I tried.
I will be playing many games with Cristobal. Perhaps if you were to watch, you would learn.
As long as you don't go as fast as you're going. I'm not even sure Cristobal could go that fast, you know?
Cristobal is very intelligent.
Very intelligent. I saw you guys were reading something, maybe?
Yes, it was a message.
What did it say?
Cristobal said it was private.
Oh. Well, did you read it?
Yes.
So it's not private. Private means like if you're the only tree in the forest and you want alone time and you want to be private, you're the only tree in the forest and no other trees can be in the forest.
I am confused.
Same.
Basically what I'm saying is because you read it, it's not a private thing anymore. And you're a friend of Cristobal's. Wouldn't you say you're a friend?
He has called me such, yes.
Well, I am also a friend of Cristobal's.
You are.
And I would like
He has told me so.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice. I like that, Cristobal. Well, with what you read in it, should I be worried about Cristobal, my friend, your friend, our friend?
Worried?
Yes, is there was it a letter warning him of something?
No.
Oh. Was it a letter sharing information?
There was information in it, yes.
Did Cristobal know who this message was from?
Yes.
Was that person also a friend?
Cristobal has not called him a friend.
It's a him.
Sorry. It. Called it a friend.
Well, you said him.
I was assuming.
Oh, so you don't know.
I am unaware.
Okay. Did it sound like they knew each other? Did it sound like, hey, friend?
Do you mean, were they familiar?
Yes, were they familiar?
Yes.
Were they related?
I do not believe so, but I do not know that for sure.
Was it a love letter?
I am unfamiliar with love.
Oh no.
Was there any, I've missed you? You know, kind of some of the stuff that I would say to Drac sometimes, you know?
I don't think the word missed was used. No.
Was the word hate used?
No.
Okay. Did...
What information are you
I was
trying to get?
okay.
So if there's specific information that you're trying to get out of this, at this point, roll persuasion against
KoKo,
Gus.
you have advantage
thank
by
you.
Kildarin, and
Thank
Dungeon
you.
Master, you have disadvantage from the dungeon speed.
I wasn't going to roll, but I guess I will.
She's quite good at persuasion.
No, she's just
Oh,
going
Oh my
I
gosh!
Get advantage.
I get advantage. I just rolled a nat 1, so we're just going to re-roll this.
wow.
26.
Okay. So what are you trying to get exactly?
I'm trying to find out
Because
if...
you're trying to get this in like a insinuating way as opposed to just blatantly asking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I know exactly yet, but I'm curious.
Okay.
So mostly I wish I could just read it. Also,
Well, she doesn't have it. Gost doesn't have it.
Right.
Cristobal has it.
But
Has the letter.
Gost read it.
Yeah.
Probably
Gost did
scanned
read
it.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm wondering. Well, Gost already said that there wasn't any danger. It wasn't a warning,
No.
and it wasn't a love letter.
No.
What else is there?
There's
Plenty.
Hey, baby, what's up?
Hey, boo you up?
I'll tell you what, because you rolled so well,
Yes.
I'll give you this.
Okay.
The letter asked for something.
No.
But that's all you can get out of Gost.
Okay.
She's not going to give you any specifics. But you eventually get to the point where you're like, is the letter asking about something?
Uh-huh.
And she-
Is the letter asking about something?
she just, yes.
What?
Favor.
A favor to like give something?
I don't think I could tell you that.
To give
It's
something.
private.
Okay. Thanks, Gost.
You're welcome. And then she turns back to her chess pieces and continues to play. So you finish up your work.
Don't apologize.
That was fun for me.
You were having fun, and I was right there.
That is the point of this.
That's
is to have fun.
literally what
The
this is
entire
about.
audience knows what it was, and we don't.
So the next day comes, and the dire walrus wakes you all up with its happy song. And when you come outside, you see Barley and Hops have the sleds ready to go. They're early risers. They have the sleds ready to go. They have a little extra pine cone beer on there. They got some food. They got some fur in case someone's cold. All of the winter wolves have been tied up. Slushy's there. They even have like a tiny little harness for Slushy. Slushy wants to try to keep up as opposed to just riding on the sled. It's
Pretty cute.
Yeah. And they're just looking at the two.
And when you guys come out, Barley goes, "Oh, you missed a fish skin bacon, eh? You missed breakfast. You guys sure do sleep a lot there, eh?
Thank you. I mean, it's been a long few days. Fish skin bacon?
Oh yeah. You take a little bit of fish skin and you fry it real crispy, like, eh?
Oh.
And it's kind of like what I hear is called bacon, eh?
KoKo, I love it. You do. Tell me what it looks like. What's the color? What's the pattern?
Well, I thought because your whole thing is like purple, I found some berries and I smashed it into the fur and it's like purple.
Wow.
And it's purple all over and it's very fluffy. I kept the fluff because, you know, you got to have some
berries.
texture.
Love fluff.
Yes. So the suspenders are very, very fluffy.
Yes.
And the hood is like chic, but like fluffy right here. Fluffy. And like a little ball of fluff right here.
Oh, so cute.
I know, right? And then the pants, they kind of come up to here.
Oh, I love the high-waisted look.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you know,
makes my legs look even longer.
there you go. That's what I was thinking. And it's very, very form-fitting, but they still let you move. They're very flexible.
Good, because I wouldn't want my bottom to get lost in the large pants.
Yes.
That does seem to be a primary way that my god communicates with me.
Exactly. And so I also know we didn't have very much thread to make pockets. So I used your bathroom hatch and I just kind of snuck a little pocket in there. So you can keep things. There's a little bathroom hatch here and it unravels here so you go to the bathroom. And then,
Is that what you call it? A bathroom hatch? I've never heard that before.
what do you guys call it?
I mean, it makes sense. No,
Cristobal has so much.
I have no clothes that come with a bathroom hatch.
I mean, it's like
zero.
like footy pajamas, right? That's what
Yeah,
I'm
like-
Like
Yes,
old
yes.
style. Okay. I get it.
Yeah.
The butt
bathroom
flap.
hat.
The butt flap.
But yeah, it goes all the way
butt
to the
flap.
front and
Yeah.
then just the whole thing unpeels.
Yeah, it unpeels, but there's a hidden pocket.
Welcome to the dungeon room. Welcome to the dungeon room.
Fashion.
What does Cristobal think of these?
Cristobal, I did the best they could.
We don't have enough show.
Exactly. There are so many things we need to accomplish. We can't take it right now. Slayer TPK though may have a lot to say.
Cristobal, what do you think?
I'm going to ride on Hop Sled.
All right, Miss Saint.
All right.
You got
Driving
interesting
in
choices
style.
for fashion, eh? But there aren't a lot of tailors out this way. So congratulations to you on that beautiful. I don't even know how you got the color in that, babe.
Oh, thank you.
Hoodie bandana pants.
I said I
I look like I'm naked because it's the same color purple as my skin.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
kind of camouflaging.
Oh, if I was in a completely purple environment.
Exactly.
Shall we?
That note, all of you pile onto the sleds. Some of you on top sleds, some of you on barley, and you ride off across the tundra. To Hops's credit, it's only a few miles before you start to see the mountains rising up on the horizon, and you see the gap between the two mountains start to grow. And as you're going that way, the snow, and you're going at quite a clip, like you're really bucking across this tundra. The snow starts to lessen and thin out, and you see more of that brush that was underneath the what is it? Thorny brush. It has a specific name. Bramble. Thank you.
He reads a lot of books.
Love that.
The bramble starts to turn to a light shade of green, but then it eventually goes brown as well because it's been exposed to the sun and with very little nutrients other than the brief amount of sun that it gets. So now you're just kind of skipping across these patches of ice, snow, and brambles, and it's a little bit more of a rough patch. But they kick through it, and it doesn't seem to bother the winter wolves in any way, shape, or form. And as you pull up onto a rise, you see before you a open, sandy valley. And by sandy, I don't mean sand, the substance, I mean the color.
Oh.
The stone in this area looks like it's got a little bit of iron in it, and it's a little oxidized, so it has reddish tones. And light colored cream and browns. The mountains themselves, the Mavros Mountains, are known for being dark browns, blacks, dark greens, blues. This is a lighter shade. It almost looks like something came through here a long time ago and cut a swath and left this valley. But further in, you see the labyrinth, and it's massive. It stretches from one end of the valley all the way to the other end of the valley, with the Mavros kind of capping either side.
Wow.
And you can see sort of in the distance various little specks that seem to be swooping and flying on as far as the eye can see. As there is labyrinth, you can see these little specks.
You're talking labyrinth, like twisty, turny, mazy,
Like
It's
a
a
maze.
stone,
labyrinthine or whatever.
stone maze.
Wow.
And it is.
So it's obviously not natural in any way.
It is.
Oh.
And it isn't.
Okay.
There are parts of the labyrinth that look like they are natural rock and that have been formed or carved as well, almost as if there was a natural rock surface there that they could use as building material, or just left it and then built out of that itself.
Like Joshua Tree.
I was thinking more like Egyptians, but sure.
I was thinking Disneyland.
I wasn't thinking.
Very natural looking. Very natural.
On top of that, there's also real walls, real structures that have been built out of clay bricks and out of limestone blocks. And that catches your eye because those are in tight geometric formations, to the point to where it's dizzying looking out across the whole labyrinth. And this is also the first time that you all have had clear weather for, more than an hour or two.
And
so
the ice has started
clouds
to
off in the distance, but they're not like the storm clouds that you've been dealing with for the last week or so.
The ice has started to dissipate, so is it markedly warmer where we are now? Or
It is.
nice.
Oh, good.
The Mavros Mountains still have snow up in the peaks.
Sure.
But this valley, as it goes down, you can see it definitely goes down in elevation, which means it naturally gets warmer as you go.
To give you a real world climate that might be relatable is something like Afghanistan.
Okay.
So in the mountains, it's cold and rocky,
right.
but then also can get warm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
The further south you go.
Further south you go.
Yeah. But it's huge, and it stretches, like I said, from mountainside to mountainside. It goes all the way across. Wow. And when you get to that point, the hops and I'm going to put this back on because it's going to be the last time you see it.
We're coming back.
Hops and barley pull their sleds to a halt, and
You need to tie it.
I like it loose.
Okay, sure.
Pull the sleds to a halt, and they immediately start to, because they were pushing the wolves pretty hard, start tending to the wolves, giving them water, brushing them out, that kind of thing. But they stop the sleds. This is as far as we go.
Mostly because there's no more snow, eh?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pull the sled on loose dirt and rock.
Winter wolves don't like it either, you know.
If we walk up, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you've ever gone this far yourself, if we just walk up to there, are they likely to?
Oh, they'll stop you for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But not like stop us with arrows.
Oh no, they're not.
Well, they talk first.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's usually a conversation.
Good.
Yeah.
Before there's arrows. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. We'll be careful.
There are some of the greatest philosophers of the North Island, the Minotaurs.
Oh. Okay. Well
Then
then.
you should go first and speak to them.
Yeah.
Oh,
As you are, I think, are the philosopher of our group.
Sure.
I would be happy to. I'm excited to meet them.
Great.
And I will be back behind, leaving a trail of thread.
Perfect.
Do you guys think I should leave Slushy here?
Oh.
Oh.
No.
I think that might be his decision.
Why did you ask me first?
Oh, hey, Slushy.
He is sentient.
What?
Do you want to be hanging out with your new friends?
Do you not love me?
No, I love you.
Well, then why are you trying to get rid of me?
Because I think it's gonna get hot.
Well, you can just shave me and turn me into thread.
See, I told you.
You go off and forget that I'm right here listening to everything you're saying.
And
It's true. I'm.
I mean, at one point you guys were talking about portals and didn't want me to talk about that, but I heard you the whole time.
I'm sorry, Slushy.
It's okay. Just don't forget me.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to think.
Honestly, what would Drek think?
Look, don't guilt her, please. We were just trying to think of
I
what's
what's
best
wrong
for
with
you.
you? You're the ones guilting each other.
Oh
It's
gosh,
why I'm
we're
just,
teaching him some really terrible lessons.
reflecting.
Never mind. I think
This
Slushy would like
sass-
to come with us.
It's the sass is honestly it's the parents' problem. I think you have to teach Slushy manners. Slushy can't talk to you like this.
Don't we have enough
You're
pressure?
the mum. Put them in line.
Hey, Slushy.
Yeah?
I like your sass.
Oh, thanks.
That's it.
Insight. I don't think that's true. What are you really trying
I think Slushy's gonna come with us.
Reverse the
Okay.
I would love to, please.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was worried.
I appreciate you worrying about me, but just ask. I could tell you.
Okay.
Hops, Barley, do you have any? Can we take any of that beer? Do you have any beer that we could like to-go cups?
Oh, well,
Normally we trade.
yeah, for sure.
That's what we do.
Right. Yeah.
actually.
Sure. Trade.
Traders, eh?
Yeah, we don't normally give people rides across the tundra.
No, I appreciate that.
But we already found the pine cones for you.
Well,
which
yeah,
is
and
the trick.
thank you. That's sort of the payment for getting you here.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. What do we have that we could trade?
And I'll be straight up. This is pretty potent stuff, so it's pretty expensive.
For sure.
It keeps us all alive, and like we take it to, different meetings and moots and whatnot, and we sell it there. We make quite a bit of stuff. It keeps us warm the whole year.
Ursaka, they
Yeah,
like
the
it.
Ursaka love it.
Trade
Eh?
for that.
The Ramhidi even sometimes are, down to ground.
They pretend like they don't like it, but they drink it.
But they do
For sure on the side.
There's really not much I have. I mean, I've got the dwarven forging tools, but I don't think we
Bad
should give them
news.
I
that.
have a fruitcake.
The fruitcake.
I don't know what that is.
It's a fruitcake.
What is a
It's
fruitcake?
very valuable. It's sent from the gods.
It is so dense with goodness. It is dense with goodness.
Persuasion.
Deception.
I'm rolling deception.
Yep.
Wait, can I roll
100%
persuasion?
deception.
Can I roll persuasion?
No.
Come on.
You can try to
Assist.
assist.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
certainly assist.
I
But
want
Zane
to
already has
assist.
advantage from Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
Thank
you.
I almost said Kool-Aid.
She has to roll the deception.
Natural 20.
I want that, eh? And Barley grabs it, breaks it in half, and he's like, "You want half of it, eh?"
Is it gonna go good with beer?
Yeah.
Pretty sure, eh?
All right.
We'll save it for lunch today.
But
I was gonna eat it right now.
Oh.
you'll have to
okay.
save it. No, you'll have to save it and eat it with the beer back at your camp, because we're gonna take this beer with us, right?
Oh, I wasn't saying that you necessarily get beer for this here,
Oh.
although it does smell pretty good now then. How long you say this will last, eh?
Forever.
Fruitcake.
Forever.
Shelf life, like,
Probably
really
on
solid.
different
I mean, that's
planes
pretty
too.
good, though.
Keep it in case of emergencies.
Yeah, perfect.
Now we just need a glass bottle to put it in. So you can break it in case of emergency.
You're so silly.
Sometimes, eh? Okay, well here. And he goes,
Just give him a small barrel.
yeah, I was gonna.
Okay.
Alrighty. And
Alrighty.
he pulls what looks. So he had those. He has the big barrels that are on there,
Uh-huh.
and you've seen the sort of medium-sized one. He pulls out one that's just slightly smaller than one around his neck. and
Okay.
goes, it's my mini keg, eh?
A pony.
Ooh,
Yeah, they call
I
it a
never
pony
called it
keg.
that before.
Yeah, that's
a
something.
pony, eh? So here you go. You can have a pony for a fruitcake.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sorry, what's the pony?
A small
it's a
keg
small
of their
keg.
beer.
Oh,
Yeah, it holds 2 potions,
2 healing potions, because it's made out of pine cones.
basically. Yeah.
How many d4s?
2d4 plus 2
Per
two of them.
potion.
2
per
times 2d4 plus 2. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, great.
Thank you to the
Thank
divine
you.
fruitcake.
Yeah. So we have. Yep, we have a
Nice.
mote of nature.
Yay!
From Lost Local 1.
Hey,
Lost
thank you.
Local.
Thank you, Lost Local.
That was a mote. And
Nice.
a Spark of Cosmos from Lost Local 1.
Thank you. That moat puts us at level 2 force.
Ooh, yay!
Thank you very much.
Whoop, whoop.
Let's go ahead and read that out. Huh?
Actually, we should do this one. We should do this one after intermission.
We'll get back.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we're going to take our intermission, and when we come back, we will read a Tier 2 nature card from Johnny Valentine.
And we'll get to the Minotaurs of the Minos Valley when we come back after intermission. Stick around.
Thanks.
Johnny, do you know me?
Johnny, do you know me?
You can borrow the power of a god and influence the journey of our adventurers. Join forces with other watchers to drop a force of nature or a force of cosmos into our world. A trap, an advantage, a monstrous predator, or a portal to another dimension, where everyone is a talking sock hand. Force cards are unlocked level by level, each one increasing in power. You may dip your toe in godhood by purchasing a seed of nature or a spark of cosmos that will increase your force's strength. Or you may harness even greater power and purchase a mote of nature or a mote of cosmos and propel your force even faster to the next highest tier. Should you choose to affect the story of our adventurers, you can do so by using our custom extension to choose which side you're on, and maybe even help or hinder the player's dice rolls with an advantage or disadvantage while you're there. Use your powers wisely, Watchers.
And we're back. I hope you enjoyed your break. We did.
So,
We had a party.
We had a total party.
So you all activated a Tier 2 Nature card, Force of Nature card. This is from Johnny Valentine. It's called Sanctuary Among the Stars.
Oh, that sounds nice.
I got the time.
Thank you. If you all have something in front of you that you can write with or draw with,
Okay.
and a scratched piece of paper, you will need it because there is a very short amount of time to do what I'm about ready to give you.
No.
Here we go.
Pressure.
This was very popular the last time we did this, and I'm very looking forward to this.
I wasn't there, so I didn't
No, you
approve.
weren't. You weren't there.
Just kidding.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. All players, when I finish reading this card, this is when it'll start. All players have 1 minute to draw a constellation of an elephant or a loxodon. The closest looking picture gains a star pendant. And then I will tell you what the star pendant does after we finish the thing.
Starting now.
A constellation. So in
Don't
stars.
ask questions!
Draw! Yes,
Constellation of elephant or loxodon.
Do we connect? Do we connect? Do we connect the stars?
That's how constellations work.
Well, but they're actually.
I don't know why I'm so sassy tonight. Yes, please connect the stars. I don't know why I'm so sassy.
So while they're drawing, we got a Seed of Nature from Shanonymous.
Thank you, Shanonymous.
Shanonymous 1. Thank you, Shanonymous.
Thank you, Shanonymous. 25 seconds.
So once again, these force cards help us tell this story. And in this instance, Johnny Valentine submitted this card, Sanctuary Among the Stars, gave the really cool idea, so that's why we ended up
10 seconds.
Oh my God.
Oh, this isn't anything.
And it's
3.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
1.
Come on, I'm connecting
Pencils
it.
down. Pencils down. Pencils down.
Thank you.
This is beautiful.
down.
Okay, so we have the mini
I was
cam.
to say we got the mini cam for this.
This is sad.
We can either let the dungeon masters decide, or we can let chat decide.
Well, let's have us decide because we have another thing coming for them. to
that's
decide.
All right, mine's better than Kari's.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's is
So
better than
Kari,
mine.
let's do yours first.
Oh, yeah. Don't be jealous.
A
So this is Kari. This is a constellation of an elephant.
I made the stars too.
I did too. I connected mine within the
All right.
last second.
Who's next? Who's next?
Sure.
So that's Kari's.
Okay, here's mine.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna see my notes because I drew it in my notebook. Oh, nothing. Fine. You're gonna see Cristobal received a message.
Okay. So there's vowels.
A trunk, tusks, and ears.
Yeah, with the stars clearly
Okay.
drawn together. Great.
Okay.
Okay, you know I'm bad at rolling dice.
I'm suddenly feeling like I'm not the worst.
That's Cristobal's.
Because you got the little ears and
At least
the
you got
trunk.
ears in there. I didn't
Yeah.
even
Little
have
tongue in there.
time.
It kind of looks like a mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I forgot
elephants
what
do.
elephants look like.
Nice Kingsman promo notebook.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. Oh
my God.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Pack a dirt.
Oh, what do you think?
No question. I did the face. She did the whole body.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Saint.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
appropriate.
she is a luck
Can I
nut.
have
I
my
mean,
scratch paper
Yes, you
back?
can have your scratch paper
Very
back.
well.
Thank you for
That's-
letting us borrow it.
That was a fun nature card.
It honestly wasn't even that close. Once we saw her, it was like, oh, what's that?
Who wrote the nature card?
Johnny
Johnny
Valentine.
Valentine wrote it.
Well done, Johnny.
Adam, I'm gonna let you point that so that
I got you.
Okay, so you get a star pendant.
Just nice.
The star pendant allows that player character to cast the Sanctuary spell.
Oh.
You get 2d4 uses, which I'll let you roll now. And the spell save is Wisdom DC 15.
Wow.
So the Sanctuary spell, for those of you that don't know what it does, you can cast Sanctuary on yourself and others. And
As a bonus action.
yeah, and it's one of the lesser used spells in the game, which is too bad because I think it's a great spell.
Cleric spell.
Yeah. But what it allows you to do is you're not allowed to be attacked by anyone or I think even targeted by a spell.
They have to
Just
make a
target
save. They
yeah,
have to make a
unless they make the save. And the save is the DC 15 wisdom.
What was your 2d4 roll?
Come on, girl.
5.
Great.
Pretty good.
Nice.
5 uses?
Yep.
Nice.
I have it here on the card for you.
Oh, thank you.
So that's a magical item from the Watchers.
Nice. Appropriate that Saint gets it.
Yeah, totally.
There you go.
It saves you a spell slot. Saves you from having to prep Sanctuary.
Yeah, for sure. And just so you know, if I do cast this on you, if you cast a spell or make an attack of any kind, you lose the Sanctuary.
Right.
Oh, good to know. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. So, thank you. That's been covered. Okay,
Bonus
so we're back.
action.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So, unless anybody is saying anything to them, Hops and Barley right off in
Thank
the
you.
distance.
Thank you so much.
Oh, for sure, eh? It was our pleasure. Come back and see us sometime, eh?
Okay.
But be careful with those Minotaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Well, because they're bullheaded, eh?
Right.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Thank you, but yeah. Really appreciate all your help.
Sure.
In your pack, you eventually find some extra scraps, and there's a little note that says "for slushy"
Oh.
in one of your packs.
What's for slushy?
There's just some,
food?
like,
Scraps of food.
some crab.
Oh, I was
kibble.
picturing like paper or something. I didn't know what the scraps were.
By the way, the walrus is still following us.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Following.
walrus has
Following.
followed you all the way
For
across
2
the-
days.
And surprisingly, it's keeping up.
It is a dire walrus.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
And I see here we have this magnificent map that Ron, you painted.
Well, the map itself is a neoprene description, but the wooden walls, the stone walls here, yes, I absolutely did
Wow.
a lot of painting on those.
Yeah,
How did you do this like texture?
There's like a little dusting on it.
Yeah, it's sand. It's supposed to mimic sand. It's also got some mud in there too. If you look closely, there's some mud and sand.
Wow.
Swing it
Yeah,
up to the
Gorgeous.
just mini painting materials, sand-like stuff, glue and sand. Yeah.
Way to go.
Thanks.
Beautiful
Well
texture.
done.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, Cristobal. You're the talker, I guess.
By the way, even though we have the map set up and it's like this, you aren't this close
Sure,
to
right.
the wall. You're, a couple hundred yards away from all of this. You just see the structures and the stones laid out in front of you and the beginnings of the labyrinth beyond that.
What do we think? I mean, are we going to be basically up front and say, like, yeah, we're the Stormborn brought to you by Tharsha. We're here we would like to pass through because we're on divine business.
Oh, I don't think so. I think we should maintain a low profile. As the two said, that some people think that the Stormborn are a bad omen.
Yes.
Good point. Right.
Only use it if we need to, if they won't grant us passage.
Okay.
We should definitely figure out what kind of Minotaurs they are.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, in the Feywild, they were kind of brusque. And
Right.
Cristobal said that these ones are scholarly, so
Okay.
if they're smart, we might be able to reason with them or speak to their minds, or I just hope they want to share the knowledge and not, hoard it.
There's no really sneaking around them, so I think we should. I think we'll find out in pretty short order because we're just going to have to talk to them.
They will ask us what we are doing north of the Minos Valley.
Right.
And do you think we should tell them the truth, which sounds like a lie? Or should
Well,
we lie
we-
to make it sound more like the truth?
I think we can tell them a partial truth, in that magic brought us here.
Yeah.
For some reason that is beyond our understanding. And we are just seeking to get home.
Do they take kindly to magic?
I mean, they are very familiar with technology and advancement, and I know that they have developed religions and philosophies. I can only imagine, being learned people, that they would be all right with the arcane.
Okay.
Is this all right with everyone?
Yeah, no,
that
I'm
I
all
may
right.
say
I'm all
this?
right with this. I like not giving away sort of, a true reason unless we need to. But basically, hey, we're just trying to pass through.
Yes.
Keep low profile.
Right. Maybe we keep Slushy and everyone a little behind me so as to not impose on them. I do not present much of a threat, but
Okay.
you are very imposing, and so is Slushy, and you are both warriors.
And Barda.
Yes, maybe Barda should stay back here.
We
too.
don't know Barda if they ask.
I'm going to.
Well, Barda is actually heralding your entrance because, as you remember, you fail all stealth checks.
All
so
stealth
it's
checks.
very obvious when you all are starting to approach the walls.
Specifically, KoKo fails out. Not everybody, but
But
if we wanted to leave KoKo behind, we could.
due to the proximity of KoKo being in the group, you all fail.
Just like
yourselves.
if you were in the proximity of KoKo during a pass without a trace.
Sure, good point.
Sort of
Yeah, it's a
opposite of
reverse
that.
pass without a
Yes.
trace.
Yeah, known as Barda.
Wait, how long does this last?
It was 2 days.
So
this is
another 36 hours.
It'll be the rest of this day. So
Okay, all right.
I'll say, because I think it was getting close to sundown when this got triggered, that sundown of this day is when it fades.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Cristobal is going to hand his pack. No, he'll keep his pack. He doesn't
Sure.
look threatening.
Yeah.
And he has his cane, and he will slowly walk forward with. And as
Well,
he
just realize you're a couple football fields away.
Oh,
so
okay, well then-
you have time.
So
We'll
yeah,
approach, yes.
as we're walking, we're talking about
Okay.
this. So when I get to within like 50 yards, I'd say,
Okay.
I'm going to take out my handkerchief and I'm going to tie it to my my cane.
You have a spare handkerchief?
Of course I do.
Who are you talking to?
I don't understand the question. Spare? Can you ever have too many handkerchiefs?
Never.
So, exactly. So I tie it to my cane, and I'm slowly walking forward with it up here like this. Hello?
You'll have to shout.
Oh yeah, I'm.
If you're 50 yards back.
Hello! And I'm walking slowly forward.
Okay.
I'm keeping pace with him, but probably 10 yards behind or something.
By the way, imagine these stone barricades are all up off of the ground a good 10, 15 feet.
Okay.
They're not ground level.
Right.
And these parapet towers are another 15 to 20 feet above that.
Cool.
Sorry, I'd like to amend one thing real
Sure.
quick. Prior to my approach, I'd like to sit down on the ground, take out the mirror, and start brushing slowly on my goatee
Okay.
and my hair.
Okay.
And as I do, the hair is going to grow deftly,
Okay.
quickly, still keeping its silky texture. And it's going to wrap its way around my throat and then up into my ears.
What?
And then suddenly dissipate because I'm casting comprehend languages
Okay.
in a form of a ritual.
Okay.
Wow.
And I'm
So
going
that takes 10 minutes.
yeah, 10 minutes before approaching.
Okay.
And then as soon as I kind of stop brushing, the hair just kind of flays away. Now I hope to be able to understand what they are saying if they do not speak Common or Dwarven or Elven or a number of other languages I claim to speak.
All right.
And I walk forward. So I get within again the 50 yards. I'm like, excuse me, hello? We do not mean any insult or we do not mean to cause distress. We are looking for aid.
You shout this out. Give me a persuasion check.
Nobody answers. The end.
And as you approach,
Cristobal, you have
Go back and hang with the
Drew
Canousk,
from
I
IT.
guess.
Thank you, Drew, from IT.
and as you approach, it's clear that they have seen you for
yeah.
a long time.
Sure.
And have prepared. There's clearly, as you can see, a number of Minotaurs that are bad.
You also see Minotaurs kind of running back and forth behind these areas.
Got
It's
it.
probably the handkerchief, but
Lot
nat
of
20.
Okay.
Hey! Been rolling very
Like
well
few-
the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't worry, we're not in combat. That's
No,
why,
right,
no
that's what
combat.
it is.
So there's a pause, and you're starting to wonder if your spell worked and maybe they don't understand common or what have you. And there's a couple larger Minotaur guards / soldiers that are sort of looking at each other and then looking back behind them and then looking at each other again. And then eventually this huge, muscly, like rippling muscles, 8-pack.
We've only seen 6-packs up in there.
So many
Long,
abs in this
thick
campaign.
mane of black hair, shiny white horns that look like they've been polished with little gold rings that have been attached to them that jingle softly in the breeze. Wielding this massive two-handed great axe that he's holding in one hand as if it's a kid's baseball bat.
Jeez.
He steps up and he's across his big broad chest. He's got this bandolier of metal plates, and each one has a rune inscribed on it. He stands up onto this stone wall, this precipice, this little fortress blockade thing that they have going there. And he looks down at you. Well, well, well. What do we have here? I do declare it has been a while since I've seen an adventurer in these parts.
Yes.
An Egyptian cowboy.
Obviously.
Not Egyptian.
I must say, I'm going to need some more of this leaf soup.
We are lost.
State your name and your business.
My name is Cristobal de la Cruz. I am the court wizard of the family de Peron. My friends may introduce themselves, but we are here seeking passage home. We are not from this far north and seek information as well as permission to pass further south.
I see. So you'd like to enter the labyrinth.
Oh boy.
Well, if that is the only way through the valley, then yes.
He looks over his shoulder. I don't see any other way. Do you?
If man could fly, meant to fly, then the gods would have given him wings, yes?
Well, some have tried that. None have done very well.
Well, there was an Aarakocra that made it not 2 moons past.
You say this, and you see him immediately bristle.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I heard a rumor of an Aarakocra that made this journey. He suffered greatly for it, but he did survive.
He flew
So I have been told.
over the Minos Valley
Yes,
and survived.
so I've been told. I am sure now he is probably with the gods.
I see. So he's deceased now.
I am not sure, for I did not see him pass, but I know for certain that he is no longer in our company. And the last I saw him, he was heading for the god's embrace.
Well, ain't that a shame?
How do you guys think it's going?
Are we able to? Is he speaking common? Are we able to tell?
Oh, he's speaking very good common.
Okay, got it. Okay.
How do you think it's going? I thought we weren't gonna tell everything.
Sounds fine enough for
Seems
now.
offended by what he just said.
I know, so now we know some stuff.
Yeah,
be
he
fine,
seems
he'll
to
be
be
fine.
lying. I mean, unless he really thinks that he's gone
What
to
the
the gods.
Zeno is
He was sort of whisked away by the winds. But
How natural is this?
He's got
Okay. He's talking again. He's talking again.
Okay.
I must say, your friends seem to be trepidatious in joining you in this foray.
Well, they are overcome by the beauty of and the strength of your walls and your position. Not to mention how your own personal stature. They asked me to come ahead, for they know that I am one who might be, hopefully, worthy of at least conversing with you.
I'm sorry to bother you, Lieutenant, Captain.
Yes.
The Minodonna would like you to hurry up. I'm just don't shoot the messenger. Sorry.
Very well. There are two ways for you to transgress this wall. One of them is to join me in a polite debate, and the other would be to offer up some sort of tribute to the gods. For the only thing that we revel in more than knowledge itself and words are the gods. For they preside over all of us. And he looks up at the sky and you see him do a strange gesture.
Literally every other Minotaur does the same gesture.
Do you guys think the tribute means like sacrifice or like give him like some like prize?
Oh, I wish I still had that fruitcake.
Oh my goodness!
good call. But
Really good.
Let me converse with my party for just a moment. I'm going to.
Do take your time, although it's not nice to keep the Minodonna waiting.
Of course not, and I would never dare make it appear that you are making her wait. Just a moment.
And just so you know, with your knowledge from earlier, the Minodonna is like their holy cleric. It is their most wise individual who gives them, think similar to the Dalai Lama or something to that effect.
matriarch.
The matriarch who is wise, who leads them.
So I'm gathering you guys.
I mean, an offering to the gods could be anything,
It
right?
could be anything.
That
Make
worries
an
me.
observation check as well.
Perception.
Perception.
Me?
Thank you. Is that a thing?
No.
Is this? That's not a thing. Okay. Then you're at a flat roll.
It's pretty worrisome.
Yeah, that's a 3.
Okay.
Oh, are we in battle?
Then yeah, you perceive the rock. It's rocky.
I mean,
And old.
The rock is particularly
the
rocky.
structure here is very well maintained. They clearly have much knowledge, and I would venture to try and debate them if that is what you wish. It is either that or to offer some sort of tribute.
But what does he want to debate?
I do not know.
We don't know.
What if you don't know any of the answers?
Well, I have a way of being able to thread the needle of knowledge and convincing people what I actually know.
You are
Debate-
very good at sewing.
Debating isn't necessarily about how much you know. It's about how persuasive you can be. I mean,
True.
So it's not necessarily about that, but
I'm pretty persuasive.
you are actually.
I mean, would you prefer to be the one to debate?
Oh, no.
No, it's you may.
It's not a bad idea. Could she help you?
Couldn't I just come and watch?
Well, sure. You could be my second, as it were, in the mental duel that we are about to have.
Oh, no. Okay.
I like this. This is good.
Say, should I do this?
Well, do you think that you are capable of debate on a variety of subjects?
Oh.
Well, this is what I think. I think Cristobal here is clearly very well read and will be quite good at the sort of trivia aspects of a debate, whereas you come from the Feywild. Your experience is so out of this world that you might just be able to win a debate based on you being bizarre.
And you're quite charismatic. I mean, we've seen you basically. You've attracted dire walruses. and winter wolves, and so we've seen how persuasive and charismatic you can be. So his knowledge, your persuasion, I think it's a dynamite duo.
Then again, Val, your strength is that you are quite a good debater as well.
Am I?
Yes, you always know the right thing to say.
I
and you
do.
have quite a good memory. Yes.
Yes.
No one has ever told me that before.
I think I might come with a different vibe.
No, let's let them do it. Most people find me off-putting. That's what I've been told most of my life.
You know, we might as well try it. I'll just let you take the lead, and I'll just support.
Checks out.
Yeah.
But I
Val thinks for a second of a montage of everyone who's called him off-putting.
Checks out.
Yeah, that's true.
Let me help you.
Yes.
And Saint will cast guidance right before KoKo goes up.
Okay.
And she'll.
Oh, thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck. We'll be back
It
in.
only lasts a minute, so
okay.
you're very lucky in the beginning.
Okay.
Then you have
Fast.
to be on your own.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and step forward with KoKo at my side.
How close are you getting?
I will get to. I mean, I want to. He's standing on top of that wall.
We should try to
Yeah.
get closer because yelling is just
Yeah.
rude.
So when you get to that spot right there, it's pretty obvious that you see on the top of this stone, it looks like there's quite a bit of damage that's been done, and there's a divot on the stone itself, and down, all scattered about on the ground, you see broken pieces of glass, ceramic, blood, like there's all kinds of debris all around that stone itself. And as you're getting closer, you notice that this captain of the guard, even though he's pretty well armed and armored, has put his axe down on one of the chunks of rock that make up the wall. And you see him getting out a white wig and putting it on his head and putting a robe over his shoulders.
And you see he's being helped by another Minotaur. And when he puts the wig on, you see a big old poof of powder as it's sort of a powdered wig as he sort of wipes his head.
You got this,
and makes
Cristobal.
I don't know what I expected.
You have to brush my hair.
And more Minotaurs have started to join the wall, and you notice that most of them are armed and armored, but some of them are wearing what appear to be black robes.
I'm going to be gesturing for everybody else to kind of come.
And what you can see is there are hundreds of them
Beyond the wall.
beyond the wall.
Yeah.
Lining the wall beyond them, there appears to be a large number of Minotaurs that are gathered.
Yeah, there's a town. essentially.
If it won't be uncouth, I'll move to like within 15 feet behind them
Okay.
with Slushy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not going to leave Slushy back by himself.
Sure. Well, the walrus is back there, Barda.
We can't trust the walrus.
The walrus is within barking distance
Earshot
of you.
constantly.
Which barking distance could be,
It's a loud
It's
bark.
very big.
yeah.
He's got 2 vocal cords, so.
And KoKo's brushing Cristobal's hair. Like this. Is this how you like it?
You never told me your name.
I am Eurydos.
Eurydos. You're
Captain Eurydos.
Captain Eurydos. This is my second. This is KoKo Aldershadow.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Bows very low.
We have decided to debate.
I assumed as you did not look like the soldiering type.
You have me there.
And it appears you don't have much in the way of riches either.
Also true. We are cash poor, as they say where I am from.
Well, you do have a winter wolf pup. And he steps out and jumps off of the walls, and with a loud on the ground shakes a little bit, and he walks over to the other side of the stone and faces back up to the Minotaurs that are dressed in the black robes. And he
KoKo.
gestures for you to come forward and stand next to the stone.
And there is one particular Minotaur at the head who was also the same one that was dressing the captain with his wig, who now also has donned a white wig that is powdered, and takes what looks like what would be a gavel in anyone's hands, but in a Minotaur's hand seems to be normal size. In your size, it's clearly a quite large mallet. And begins to order, order in the debate. And so now we will move. Yes, let's go ahead and read that.
We have a moat of cosmos.
Yay,
From
thank
the
you.
Carson.
Thanks, Carson.
Thank you. Anyone who wants to start giving advantages would be great.
And so, okay.
Let's give an update on.
Oh yeah, so we are 3% of the way to level 3 of Force of Nature, and we are 40% of the way to our level 5 Force of Cosmos.
If that happened during the debate, everybody, I'm just gonna throw that out there. That'd be pretty good.
It might be
bad though.
Before the debate begins,
Yeah.
Saint would like to covertly start to ritual cast Meld into Stone.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that takes 10 minutes.
Right, and
Yeah.
you're doing it openly because it's a ritual. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, but she'll like
What
back
is
up
that?
behind the walrus.
Yeah, I'll put.
What is that?
oh, so much further out then. You
lets
go
her-
much
Oh,
further
is the
out.
walrus far away?
That's
I'm
slushy.
looking at this.
Oh,
Oh, it's
slushy.
slushy.
Yeah.
Oh, is slushy that big?
No.
Not yet.
Oh.
That's what we
That's
have.
one of the Winter Wolf minis, but Slushy is coming.
Whatever. Just is.
Yeah.
is secretly
She sits cross-legged on the ground behind us.
Yeah, Meld into Stone allows you to meld, like literally, just like
Okay.
glob into some stone.
Hope
Walk
you don't
into a-
get
You
stuck
notice
there.
that after she casts that, all of the Minotaurs stomp, and the wall grows up 20 feet. So it comes up out of the ground by 20 feet.
I think they might be into arcane.
Hey, at least we know now.
The Minotaurs are very religious.
So, how this will work is we are entering a debate challenge. So, each team will present a position that will attempt to persuade the Minotaur crowd into determining whether the party is worthy of entering the labyrinth. Now, much like a debate, there will be two of you. Which two of you shall be the debaters?
KoKo and myself.
What
Wait.
would the other two be then?
Well, there's the affirmative position and
passive
then the
parties.
rebuttal. So I'll get to that in just a second. So
wait.
there's two parties. The captain will represent both parties. You can, in fact, all of you could participate if you wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm just identifying that you two wanted to participate.
Yeah, let's all
that-
participate.
Yeah, we're the
Okay.
participators.
You want to
Okay.
participate?
Yeah.
I've got enough. Okay, so how this will work is round one, your party, whoever is chosen to be the roller for this round, will present a position. That position will then determine what skill you roll,
Okay.
in opposition to the opposite rebuttal of your side B, in this case, the captain. So the captain will hear your position. The DMs will represent the Minotaur crowd. So when they hear your particular position that you're offering, Jared and I will give either a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or a thumbs neutral. If they match, either thumbs up or thumbs down, you will either roll with advantage or with disadvantage based on your. So, for example, because Jessica looks very confused right now, you will then roll your chosen skill or an attack. Any skill based on intelligent, charisma, or wisdom can be used, so long as it is used in how the argument was made. So, for example, we are worthy because we are watched over by the gods, and then you cast Wind Wall. This argument would allow you to roll against the captain with either Arcana or Religion as a knowledge.
Okay.
Understood.
And I would burn a spell slot doing that?
Yes, because
Okay.
you cast the spell.
Okay.
That's just an example.
Yeah.
It's up to you to determine how you want to make this argument. Just like in a debate, it would be up to you on how to argue your position.
So do we want to say that if Saint's participating in this, that she has not cast Meld into Stone? We'll just get rid of that?
That's up to you. I mean, you cast it and they responded to that casting. It's clearly they saw you doing
There's
that.
enough
and
time for me to do that and
Yes,
participate? Okay,
I think
great.
so.
All right, great.
And then once you have determined that, and we've determined whether you're rolling with advantage or disadvantage or a straight roll, then the captain will go, and he will also make a position, and then the Minotaur crowd will determine whether a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and he will also make a skill-based roll on either intelligence, charisma, or wisdom, depending on what he wants to choose. For example, in response to the one that I gave you, he might say, what proof do they bring to say this is a gift of a god and not simply magic bestowed upon them by some arcane source? And there could roll against you using persuasion or deception, depending on whether they were trying to be persuasive or
gonna use
deceptive.
that. That's what I'm
So then you
I mean, we were going to use the gods.
so then it's a roll-off, and the winner of that roll-off gets a point.
All right,
Okay.
Cool.
let's do it.
We will do that 4 times. So the first time will be the party presents their position first, the captain will rebuttal, The second round will be the captain presents a position, then the party will rebuttal.
Okay.
You'll get a small amount of time to talk to each other and the party converse, and then the second stage of this will be, and the party will again present a position, rebuttal, so on and so forth. And then our final round will be, do the gods favor you in entering the labyrinth? And that is where we will actually poll the watchers on whether they win this debate or not. So watchers at home, pay attention to the arguments that they make, not just the rolls that they succeed or fail. Listen to the arguments they make, and at the end, when we get to round 5, we'll need one of our mods to present a poll, and the poll presented will be, do they win the debate or do they lose the debate? Okay. Depending on that, you'll get 3 points if you win, you'll get no points if you lose. And at the end of that 5th round, winner is decided by who has the most points.
Okay.
Okay?
Understood.
Great. I had a lot of fun coming up with this.
Yeah, that's great, Ron.
Thanks. It'll also be released in our DM tier. I'll be releasing all of this information in our DM tier so that you can take care of it. You can use this particular debate challenge
So
at
that
home in
you
your
may
games.
have a healthy debate in your own game.
Indeed.
Captain is impatient.
So, again, each team will present a position that will attempt to persuade the Minotaur crowd into determining whether the party is worthy of entering the labyrinth or not. Party, you are first. Who is making the first position?
Okay, sure. I will make the first position.
Please present your first position.
The floor is yours, Cristobal.
Cristobal de la Cruz.
Ah,
And the valley goes silent.
You got this.
It has been over 300 years since someone from the South Island has set foot here on the North Island. To be such a person makes me the most humble of ambassadors, and I wish to examine every mile of your beautiful landscape. Now, again, this has not been done in hundreds of years, and the Minotaur people are a proud people, an honest people, and what's the word I'm looking for? Intelligent people. Allowing us to pass through the greatest monument to your culture would not only further my personal being, but all of that of the South Island.
All right, DM, you and I need a thumbs up, thumbs down, or thumbs neutral.
I don't want to see.
Yeah, I don't want to see yours either. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Oh! That's a double thumbs up, so you will now, what would you like your skill to be rolled?
I would like to roll, and if you're all right with this, history.
That's what I would suggest, given what you said. So you'll roll history at advantage.
Excellent.
Do it.
I'm also going to use a Cosmos Tier 1 card that gives me called Brush Up on Your History. This is I get a quick look through a history book, and it allows me to add +3 to any history check.
So while you're saying that, you're quickly like, yes, intelligent people. Yes. Oh, yes.
We've had that one for a while. And
Yes,
I
and this
forgot we
because
had
Divine Knack gave us this quite early on, and now I'm going to use it hopefully to great success.
Okay.
So I'm rolling with advantage.
With advantage.
+3 to your normal.
+3 to my normal history.
Well, yeah, so
Ooh, thank gosh I did that.
Oh boy.
Okay, so that's +3.
Yep.
Okay.
Then history. 16.
16.
He's a wizard.
Now we move on to the rebuttal. Captain, you may present your rebuttal.
Thank you, Cristobal. That was quite kind. Allow me, gentlemen of this fine valley, to rebut what Senor Cristobal said. He said that it has been 300 years since anyone from the South Island has been on the North Island. And I would humbly ask all of you to decide if that's true. Have we or have we not seen South Islanders on the North Island in any way, shape, or form in the last 300 years? And I would argue, yes, we have. For there are folks that you have already spoke of Aarakocra that seemingly know how to fly and could transfer from one island to the other island with ease, even in these storms that we've been suffering on the North Island. So I would argue that there is a possibility that someone from the South Island has been on the North Island at some point. Furthermore, he also said that if you examine this landscape, which means that he has already seen what is before him and realizes the danger and the treachery that he is going to put himself and his friends in, it would not be a place that he would want to go unless there is a significant reason other than just trying to get from the north part of the North Island to the south part of the North Island. And lastly, he mentioned our culture, which I find delightful. If he knows something of our culture and what the Minotaurs are and what they stand for, then he would know calling us honest, calling us intelligent is but a pittance for our reverence to the gods and the wisdom that they bestowed upon all of us. And that is the number one decree that I will have to put forth in my argument, is that clearly he does not know what we are and who we stand for, and therefore he should not be allowed into the valley of Minos and should not be allowed into the most sacred of places. Oh, and he's a human.
And when he says, "Oh, and he's a human," you hear all of them that before when you made your argument, it was a hurrah, hurrah, you know, very like, yeah, awesome. Now this is a pounding and rejoicing at the words. Captain, roll at advantage.
Yikes.
Oh, that's pretty good. So that would be a 17 plus.
Yep.
Yep, you get
History is a good one, so probably.
I mean, he hit a 16, so with a nat 17, you already got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 I'll look at the specific stat.
Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it could be a negative. Too.
Yeah, -4.
Yeah, I don't.
Not with that wig on. Maybe that wig is his focus. His arcane
Gives
focus.
him +7.
Really brings out his eyes.
Don't wait on me.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have to wait on you because I gotta make sure. I think that's a win because I'm pretty sure they don't have a negative wisdom modifier. Or you used. Which one did you use?
17.
Well,
Yeah.
Of what skill?
I think we were arguing history.
You used history as well? Yeah.
Intelligence.
So yeah, I don't think they have a negative one intelligence.
Okay.
As we presented them. So 1 point for the Minotaurs.
Okay.
1 point for Minotaurs.
Good try.
Yes, notice that they are very proud people.
Yes.
And he was quite assertive and almost aggressive in his debating points. Maybe as you move forward, you should think of making more direct as opposed to general statements like I did. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Am I?
All right. So now it's round 2. Round 2, the Minotaurs will present their position on and if hopefully extend upon what's already been said on why you are continually not worthy of entering the labyrinth.
Great.
So Minotaur, it is your time to present.
So as my first argument, I would like to present the way that each of these individuals are dressed.
Oh. Wow. You should have gone second.
It is clear by their attire that they are either not from the North Island, or if they are from the North Island, that they are dressed in a very, and he looks you up and down, very peculiar manner. One might suggest that instead of these ragtag bunch being of a significant religious significance, that they are merely wanderers, that they are lost, that they are, how do I say this, refugees from the storm, one might say. So my argument is that if we are to judge a book by its cover, it is fairly clear that these individuals do not sport any sort of powerful significance, such as someone that might be worthy of stepping foot in such a sacred area, such as the Labyrinth and the Minos Valley. The floor is yours.
As the Minotaurs sort of hear this and listen to the captain, again, they scream, and as he finishes his particular position, they seem to be quite in step with what he is putting forth. You may roll with advantage.
Oh boy.
How far away are they from us, or like how close could I get?
And yeah, I mean, you have to try that beyond where you're at currently.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
What the heck?
And which skill did you use?
Huh?
Which skill?
That would have been perception.
Perception.
Yeah, based off of how they're looking.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, sorry. 23.
Oh, great.
Come on.
I'm going to turn.
Now, party, you may rebut.
I'm going to turn to Saint and said, "They are a very religious people. Perhaps showing them your dedication to Aitha might, in some way, however you choose to show that, might make them feel we are more worthy."
Yes, I will try. And she walks up. May I approach?
Also, don't let them say such things about how we are dressed.
Okay, I have.
Comment on, look what he is wearing. That right there, like he does not have the legs for that.
I love the
so
pants.
much love.
What they said does not affect how much I love this
His skin is so dry.
overall hoodie.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
May I approach close enough to show you the blessings of my god?
They look over at the captain, and the captain looks at you and then slowly nods. I will allow it.
I don't look intimidating in these overalls. Can I get within 30 feet? I know you said that you raised the wall 20 feet.
You'd have to be like right up against the
Yeah,
wall.
I want to use my channel divinity.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So Saint walks up, casts one more glance back at Cristobal, and says, puts her hands together and says, before she puts her hands together, she will cast Spirit Shroud and send up her ghostly sparrows. And they swirl around her, and she puts her hands together and she says, "You speak of your reverence to the gods. I have been sent by my god, Aitha, and with the very recent blessing of Thosia, to be sent through this valley in order to complete my divine mission. And you must know that I am telling the truth, because I will now cast the very divine spell that Aitha has given me." And then she casts Zone of Truth.
Nice.
Says, "Within this circle of magic, of divine magic, I may not speak an untruth. Everything that I say is truth. I was sent by my god with the blessing of Thosia. And now I will show you the goodliness of this blessing." And she casts Channel Divinity and gives them her custom homebrew Channel Divinity of, what is
Does everyone get like a butt slap?
Begin to sing.
Storm's Herald.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do have to sing. Okay. You got this.
You did it to yourself.
Yeah, you did.
You're like, I want to sing.
You walk over
Some of the beer.
and he pours you a little glass, a little stone cup.
You got this.
In this zone of truth I sing, please let us through this stone. We have so much farther to go. I know that I'm dressed like a fool, but to a god, it matters not what you wear. All that matters is what you believe. So please, let this buffoon pass through.
With their friends.
Okay. DMs, we must present what the Minotaur crowd thinks. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah!
All right. So you're gonna, I'm assuming you're using religion or performance, up to you.
Performance?
Yeah, sure. If you want to do performance.
I'm like, how could this be insight or survival?
I mean, you
Insight might help with
Insight, I would give you insight with that.
Insight?
I think you could argue that you took the insight of,
they gotta
of
be at
their
23,
religious
so
needs.
sure.
Yeah, I'd give you insight on that if you would like.
It doesn't matter. Gary.
Also, I would like to identify. You walked up and cast Zone of Truth.
Yes.
Now, you said something that I don't know that's true.
What?
Which is you said that you were sent by your god with the blessing of Thasha.
Uh-huh.
Don't know that that is true.
I got the Thasha yesterday. Thasha didn't.
And I would argue that that's what she believes.
Yeah.
I would argue that is also what she believes, so I just wanted to make sure that was argued. And absolutely.
Didn't Thasha say there's good
wasn't-
and bad?
There was just good and bad. That's not the same thing as
a
giving
blessing.
you the blessing.
Right.
It was more just kind
That's
of
true.
advising us that
Right.
we're.
That's true.
But
Headed in
I
the
think
right
he's
direction.
right in that you probably believe that, so that would come off as true.
Yeah. Well, Jessica certainly believes it.
There you go. All right, so then it is true.
Semantics.
So then it is not a lie, and continue.
Okay.
Come on, you guys.
And the head Minotaur with the gavel.
What do you have to hit?
As what do you give it? He gets to choose, right? Not you. He chooses. You gave him the Sword's Herald. You cast it upon him
Yes.
because
so-
he's the one within range.
Yeah, they get to choose
Okay.
if they want to use their bonus action, movement, or reaction.
And you can see him sort of react, and he looks around, and he seems to move faster than he normally does, and they all seem very impressed. What was your roll?
What did you roll again?
23.
Yeah,
25!
That is 1 point for the players.
Nicely done.
Only because you let me use my insight.
I mean, that was look. I thought you made a pretty good argument, and it was insightful. So why not? So congratulations. That is the end of round 2. You now have approximately a couple of minutes to converse amongst yourself if you want, or you can move on to the next.
Slushy and I will come
section.
up and join the group. How are we doing?
That was so well argued. I would have brought more attention to his terrible ensemble, but you did fantastic.
They're egotistical. I could not possibly comment on what they're wearing.
I do think they are egotistical, and so I think that we should actually. I mean,
I tried to pump them up. My debate did nothing.
All right, well, it's our
but
turn.
I think they're used to people just placating them like that.
Oh.
So
It's
you
our
know,
turn to present an argument, so.
I love that I know that everything you're saying right now is the truth because of this spell.
Weird.
I'm just sort of wondering. They seem very smart. Maybe we can outwit them somehow.
Well, I mean, yes, it is possible, I suppose. Do you feel like you have a conundrum to put forth?
Well, I think the conundrum is that what is the right answer to say that we can go or not? They just have to choose.
I love that actually, KoKo. You could out-riddle the riddlers.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Because what did you just say?
Yeah.
There's no possible way of knowing the truth of what's going on, of who deserves what.
We don't even know what's in there.
You could just pose that, I think.
Okay.
Also, you are very charming.
Yes.
You are a very persuasive person. Perhaps citing your own self-charm, what is the word I'm using?
Charisma.
Charisma, yes. You can use your charisma and cite that someone like you
Couldn't possibly.
and could bring them a great boon just by gracing them with your presence.
That it's some gift for me to be here?
Wait a minute.
Yes?
Wait.
That's how you
tell
show
the-
you're special.
Okay.
Yes?
Yes.
Excellent.
One moment. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, the Minotaurs start to get a little restless, and you hear the main one at the top begin to bang this gavel to get everybody under attention, and says, "You may proceed, Captain."
Okay. Hello. This is beautiful, what you have here. But you know that. So, I'm sure you hear that a lot. I guess my question to you would be, could anybody say anything that would convince you that they were worthy? Because something so beautifully done, so masterfully done like this, I mean, who could live up to it? who could possibly say anything that would make you feel like they deserved to be here. It's really just a choice, right? You could choose to just let us go through. And I have two things to pose to you. Either we're not special at all. We're not special at all. So we won't harm anything. We'll just be passing through. You won't even notice we were here. Or we're very special and we can learn from each other. The other thing that I've noticed is that you seem very, very community rich. You have many of you, and you all seem to very much sort of vibe off of each other, and it's wonderful. That's kind of like how we are. We're just fewer of us, and we don't look alike. But we do want to get back to our families. These are you. You're all family, yes? You don't have to answer, it's rhetorical. But I'm just saying that we also would like to get back to our families. And it's possible that in order to do so, we would need to pass through this labyrinth.
You get a slight 2 knocks on the gavel.
Also, I can show you just how special we are. KoKo takes out her worms.
That are now old.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Please don't eat that.
Plants one into.
I'll eat it.
Plants one into the sand.
The rock.
The rock.
Okay.
This is just a gift.
And what skill? Well, first, let's,
Okay. So you release the worm, and it wriggles for a little bit, and then eventually buries down into the rock. And Val, you can make a perception check.
Sure. Advantage, disadvantage. Anything?
Yes, advantage from Shenanimous 1.
Thank you, Shenanimous. 12.
You notice the tail end of it, but the captain moves and does something on the ground, and when he does that, you feel something shift beneath you. And you plant the worm, it buries itself into the ground, and normally there's like a big hubbub and rumbling, and there's a ring that forms and stuff grows out of it, and this time you don't hear any of that.
Ooh.
and so Minotaurs need to decide whether that was a good or bad argument. So thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs neutral. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, you just switched yours. That was lame. That was so lame.
So you will roll normally.
Okay.
You will roll normally.
Okay.
And now you can which skill would you like to use?
I think persuasion.
I think that's probably the
Okay.
one I would suggest as well.
Don't you have like a plus 23 to
She's
persuasion?
really high to persuasion.
7.
So you roll normally.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. 24.
24.
Yeah.
All right.
So what if
it
those
is now the
arguments weren't
Minotaur's rebuttal.
It is interesting to me that you said that you yourself might not be worthy, which makes me believe that you yourself have doubt. And if you have doubt and you are entering a holy place such as the labyrinth, it will gobble you up. It will destroy you. It will crush your will. And I do not say this because I am merely trying to rebut your argument. I say this as a warning to all of you, even your cute little puppy dog. It is a dangerous place. And if you question yourself in any way, shape, or form, not only do I recommend not going inside, I recommend finding another way home. And if you tell me right here and now that your home is south of here, how did you get up here? How did you magically transfer yourself from the South Island, or wherever you may be from, up to the north part of the North Island? What magics did you use? And if you used magic to get up here, surely you can use that same magic to get home. Now, one last thing. You said that our community is rich, and that is true. That is very true, man. But one thing that I would like to impress upon you is that not only is our community rich because of the spoils of the mining and the technology and the warrior craftsmanship and our beliefs, but we are also rich because we stand for one another. And the number one goal of the Minotaurs is to protect the Minotaurs. The number two goal of the Minotaurs is to protect our home. And you are trespassing on our most valuable resource. So for us to trust you, for us to allow you inside these walls, into our sacred place, I suggest you ask yourself, are you worthy? And if you are, then perhaps it might be time for you to pay some tribute. And he gestures towards the rock.
And again, they many times he makes his points, loud stomps in unison. And when he finishes his final rebuttal, they again sort of scream in agreement. Now you roll with advantage, but we have disadvantage.
Dang it!
From Sid 380.
Sid!
Yes,
Crush it!
Sid.
So rolling normal.
Oh, I got better.
All right, and what skill were you using, Minotaur?
Religion.
Religion it is.
Okay. That is a 19.
Yes!
And that is a second point for the players.
Yes!
Yes!
All right, we are in the final round. It is now the Minotaurs' position.
Can I ask a question real quick? Point of order. This is actually just, it's Val hanging back and just still looking at everything. Are there any signs of the corruption here in the Minos Valley that we can see?
Roll perception.
Advantage, disadvantage?
Advantage from Dungeon Speedrun.
Thank you, Dungeon Speedrun. Welcome, Raiders, by the way.
Welcome, Raiders.
Happy
Thanks
to
for
have you
joining
here.
us.
14.
We're in the middle of a debate challenge.
A D&D debate challenge.
Yeah.
So you glance around and you don't see any obvious corruption. Like none of these Minotaurs are ravenous.
Okay.
None of them are like,
The Sphinx.
But there's no black ooze or anything.
There's no black ooze.
We know this, but
The worm did not do anything, which is a little alarming. But you do see, glancing up along the cliff sides, that there are large nests.
Mm-hmm.
And those nests clearly contain either very large birds or the Hyrako sphinxes that you were told about a long time ago.
And we were told that they have been particularly ravenous as well, similar
Correct.
to the Knolls.
And you see that those nests drip.
Drip what?
You don't know.
Are they friends?
The Hyrako sphinxes?
No.
And of the Minotaurs.
Definitely not.
No, but
They don't have a symbiotic relationship with them?
you do know, because I think I told you at one point, or at least Jasper's character did, that the labyrinth is the Minotaur's terrain,
Right.
and the sky above the labyrinth is the Sphinx's
Right.
terrain.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And they don't tread on each other's turf.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, apologies.
Any other points of order before we move on to our final
then why
round?
was he so mad?
Our fourth round, I should say. Okay, so Minotaur, you are presenting your position first. And for our raiders, so you know, this debate challenge is each team is presenting positions that will attempt to persuade the Minotaur crowd into determining whether the party is worthy of entering the labyrinth.
And then you all get to vote at the very end for
very end,
a
that's
3-point swing.
After this debate round, we will
vote is
move into
worth
our
3
final
points.
round, and that will be, we'll have a poll where all of you who are watching right now will be able to decide whether the gods give these individuals. their
I'd
favor.
argue if they don't give it to them, that the Minotaurs should get the points.
Sure.
I would argue.
Well, we would also like to argue.
declare.
Yeah.
All right.
Captain, you may proceed.
Thank you, esteemed Dydro. How shall I put this? Evil. Evil, evil, and more evil. Now, as we all know, evil comes in many shapes and forms. One of those forms is magic. Magic has been known to be corruptible and easily corruptible. I would argue that it is clear that there are magic users amongst you. Magic that has tainted and sickened this very area. And it would be a disgrace, a dishonor, and disgusting, frankly, to allow magic users inside of our holy, sacred land. For that would open up gates to other worlds, gates and portals that would drip liquid evil onto our most sacred floor. That evil could very easily taint not only the skies above the labyrinth, which we have already seen much evidence of, but also the Minotaurs themselves. Now, my argument is this. I am not necessarily declaring that any of you are particularly evil. But what I can say, and I will say, is that magic is chaos. And chaos brought into a land such as this shall not stand. It will crack open the very foundation that we have worked so hard to protect for so long. And I don't think any magic users of any kind should be allowed within these walls. I give you the floor.
All right, Minotaur. He makes his final plea on why you are unworthy to enter, and this seems to strike a particular tone with the Minotaurs, and they all seem to scream in a special agreement with him. Which skill did you use, Minotaur?
I haven't used persuasion yet, have I?
You did. Yep, you used persuasion.
I did?
Yep.
Intimidation.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like it. Intimidation. And what is the roll?
That would be a 22.
A 22. All right.
History last time, right?
I can use. So I turned to the
roll an
group.
advantage. Just make sure you roll an advantage.
I rolled with advantage, yeah.
Perfect. Party, what is your counter rebuttal?
Can we confer for a moment though first, right?
You have very little time.
Okay. Honestly, I think that Cristobal should be the one to argue this.
I agree.
Okay.
And I will hand you the auto totem.
Okay.
What? And
Proof of the gods.
And Lumbra. Use Lumbra.
Yes.
Because they seem to be conflating magic. They think magic is just arcane, but magic...
Do not waste these people's
Is the zone of truth still going?
Yes, it is. It's 10 minutes.
I'm not going anywhere near the Zone of Truth.
Okay. You may present your position.
You speak of magic being chaos, of it crumbling the very foundation of your society. Yet look upon the blocks of which you stand. There is arcane magic imbued in the very stone that has built this wondrous labyrinth. You say that magic is chaos, and yet the axe you wield. Sure, can magic be chaotic? As much as your axe can be a weapon of death and destruction, but it can also be a tool of growth, of strength, of building this community you speak so highly of that you revere. I would also like to bring to the fact that magic is nothing but knowledge, and you speak of being a knowledgeable, informed people, and yet you turn away from the highest form of knowledge, which is understanding the magics. Magics gifted to us by books, by the gods, by life itself. But we are learned men, and each moment we seek to teach others, we continue to learn. So I ask you to look into yourselves and decide if you were to push away the knowledge that is magic, would you be the powerful, knowledgeable people you are, or constraining yourself to ignorance from which you will never be able to climb out of from?
you even hear some of the. But before we get to, you hear some of the Minotaurs sort of also. Join in. But are you ready? 3, 2,
Minotaurs are
1, go! So
still have
you'll be
to
rolling
roll,
with
guys.
advantage. You'll be rolling with advantage. And what skill will you be rolling?
Arcana.
Yeah.
Can we do a pinch roll?
Pinch roller.
You roll with advantage.
You got this.
You got
this. You got this.
So, all right.
You got this. You're so great. You're so great.
Dirty 20.
Out of 22.
So that is 1 point for the Minotaurs.
I will say this. They revere wisdom more than they revere intelligence.
Sure.
So that's like a small little notch in your argument, but other than that, it was very, very good.
And you hear the Dydro, as he identified, the judge of this debate, bang his gavel, and he says, I do declare that we have a tie. And Captain, I believe it is time for the ultimate question, that we might present to the gods.
And I have something that would fit that quite nicely. And he walks over to the wall, and one of the Minotaurs drops something down to him, and he walks back over and sets it up on top of the altar. All of you see this bauble, this little
Bobblehead.
It's a Minotaur bauble.
Bobble.
It kind of looks like a little
bauble.
potion, and there's something swirling inside of it. And he just takes his fist and smashes it on top of the rock, and the whatever was inside swirls in 2 different directions at the same time with 2 different colors, blue and silver, and then fades up into the sky.
Into the sky. Seems to shoot into the clouds above. We now, if we haven't already been running the poll, it's now time, please, our mods, to run the poll. Simple question, are the gods in favor? And that means you at home, are you in favor? Yes or no? The winner will get 3 points. A yes for the players will get 3 points. No, and the Minotaurs will get 3 points.
Just as a caveat, just so you all know,
The game is over if you.
That'll be the end of the show.
the players can still get past this challenge by paying tribute.
Right.
So even if they fail this, there are other ways to get in.
Correct.
It's not like we're just gonna kill this guy.
I would hope that would be clear. I would hope that would be clear that we have alternatives
I
on
just
here.
wanna make
But
sure that they know.
absolutely.
No, yeah,
Absolutely.
it's
fair enough.
I
Fair
appreciate
enough.
you saying
You appreciate that as well. So if you fail them, that's not going to be the end of the show. We still have other ways and other things they might be able to do.
To the death.
But I would suggest, watchers, please give us your honest opinion. Listening to each of their positions.
Captain Eurydos.
Did they win the debate or not? It is up to you.
Rocketing up the NPC leaderboard.
Can I ask? Can I ask the magic, or not? I don't know if it was magic. The thing that he crushed and released into the air.
Yeah.
Was that magical? And if so, could I identify it? Not like cast identify so much as just.
Yes, I understand what you're saying. It is magical, but not arcane. So if you'd like to roll religion, you may.
Okay.
Said blue and silver like
Blue and
liquids.
silver. Yep.
Weird.
5.
You have no idea.
That makes complete sense. I'm still looking at him like, look at what you're wearing, steel plates in the desert.
Now that you're close to him, you can see that those steel plates are immaculately made.
I mean, I'm not going to say
quite,
that.
Impressive to
guess
look
they do
at.
look nice.
These sort of bandolier of plates almost look like they interconnect in a way that sort of boggles your mind almost. In that it's almost hexagonal, the plates that they're able to create, and you know that specific edging and that specific ability to create precise shapes like that requires immense technology.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if I said this before or not actually, but I'm going to say it now. The only ones that can rival the dwarves in their craftsmanship and their mining and their smithing ability are the Minotaurs.
Yeah, you did say that.
Right.
Because we also identified that there are some scholars who are in fierce debate, especially in the Southern Island, about what is better, Minotaurian technology or or dwarven.
I mean, and
Ready?
there's evidence of that in front of us with
Yes.
the yeah.
So we have the results of our poll. Thank you so much,
Thank
Angel
you.
Devilson, for creating that poll for
Thank
us.
you.
So it is on YouTube, we have an 83%, 17%
Wow.
split. And on Twitch, it's a little closer with a 67%, 33% split.
Ooh.
But both favor, drum roll please. Linneman!
All right, and so the clouds above you begin to darken and spread, and almost a cumulonimbus cloud, in fact, begins to grow upward and outward, and lightning begins to flash within inside, and soon a lightning bolt strikes exactly where he smashed this bottle, and it cracks the nice. It cracks the altar, as it were, in half. And there is a murmur and silence amongst those that were watching. And Dydro and the rest of the Minotaurs look to the captain.
The captain's jaw drops. I do declare, y'all must be Stormborn.
And
that's
where we're going to end tonight! Yeah! Well done, party!
I do declare. End of our show.
How many more do declares can you get in before we?
I guys hope you enjoyed that little debate challenge.
That was great. Well said. Well
And
done
as
by
you guys all
everyone.
know,
Yes, thank you.
I sort of actually talked about that in the first season. I was like, oh, why don't we have a debate challenge sometime? And so this is when I get to institute that.
Well done. Well
Here we
done.
go.
Well done. That was
Thank you,
fun.
guys.
It was fun,
It was
you
fun.
guys. I was sitting here going, oh man, I did do debate in high school.
Yeah.
I was a national champ in DI. But it was dual interpretation, which is acting.
What do they call it? Semantics? No. What do they call that? Never mind.
Special.
Special.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Special. I also did debate in high school and college.
did not.
And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I literally, it's a dumbed down version of debate rules, but
It was
that's
great.
based on debate rules. So.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I did not do cross X.
Okay, so as we all know, at the end of our show, well, we all know this. You might be a first-time watcher. At the end of our show, we like to play a fun little game for our highest tier patron as an extra special way of saying mwah.
Yeah.
Up first is Team Force of Nature.
Yes.
This is a suggestion from I Think I'm Nuts.
Hey.
And the style of the reading of the names is a couple from two very dysfunctional families trying to figure out seating arrangements for their upcoming wedding. I picked this because
boy.
Ron just got married.
Too real.
And Adam is gonna get married
And
soon.
Chris, our sound, just got married as well.
Indeed.
So many marriages. And
Which I
babies.
officiated, actually, if you don't remember. I officiated Larry's wedding. And I would like to report that I was worried that my family would have some problems with seating arrangements in the wedding, and I'm glad to report they all behaved wonderfully.
Very nicely done.
Very nice.
Okay, but you all are dysfunctional. So two very dysfunctional families trying to figure out seating arrangements for their upcoming wedding. A couple.
You had to marry someone from the Gold family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love does not bypass all these problems. They can't read. Not a single person from the Gold family could read.
Look, just because they wore a festive life preserver to Christmas and their style doesn't match yours.
They didn't wear anything but a festive life preserver to Christmas. I mean, kitty scritches, man. What do you want me to say to that? Look. If you think I'm going to sit my Uncle Jim Witted next to your...
And LZBN, that's correct. And lesbian.
Oh, no, I'm not. Look, she is unbearably loquacious. Okay? I mean, how is he supposed to survive the entire
Just get him 10 beaker pars and he'll be fine.
Oh, we're gonna finally bring that up.
Yeah,
Just
we're
because
gonna bring that up.
One Easter, he got a little kitty scritches.
And he tried to give all the kids just jewels, which was highly inappropriate.
Well, you know what? It was in the... I can't even speak. You just fenderill me. You fenderill me. Maybe this won't work.
Wow. Okay. Let's just focus on this task and get past it, okay? Next to the Angel Devilson table, there will be the band, Ghostbusters Quick Response Unit, your favorite band.
Yes, they are my favorite.
They play our favorite song, Your Past Decisions.
Yes. Hey, look. I'm sorry.
Cue the music.
This whole... This whole engagement and marriage, it's been like the dungeon speed run. It's happened so fast, you know?
But we've dungeon speed runned it together.
I know, and I'm sorry, sometimes I just want to pump the Brabas a little bit. But I love you.
I love you.
And we're gonna make this happen.
We are gonna make this happen.
Okay?
Give me another beaker par and let's get through this.
Yeah.
Peaks and valleys.
Oh my god!
That was a whole thing. That was a whole
Festival. Oh yeah, all they wore to Christmas was a festive life preserver.
Unbearably loquacious.
Also, if you just happen to have a family that only wears
Festive life
life preserver during the holidays,
Don't send us photos.
this might have been.
And don't sit him next to don't sit him next to your Uncle Jim Whitted. It's never a good idea.
That was fun. Okay, and we have more. Team Force of Cosmos. This is written by Tapartos. A group of actors. That's a stretch.
No, I can't do it.
A group of actors getting ready to perform a space opera.
Oh boy.
My helmet feels like it shrunk in the wash.
Oh, it's probably because your head got bigger.
I think it's really good to get like immersed in your Gateway guy role though,
Thank you.
because
I
it's
can't
what-
play Gateway Guy without my helmet.
Yeah.
Are you guys like down to clown?
I didn't go to clown college. Why this is not.
It's a
Figure of speed.
All right, I'm sorry.
When I played Abracadabra on the West End in '95, they said in the London Times, "Never have I seen an astronaut so stellar." And it was just the best review I've ever gotten. I think that we will carry the day led by me.
Wow.
Okay, well, not to Abracadabra the mood, but that wasn't your only review.
Oh,
Just saying.
really? Really?
Me. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather.
Gorbin played. Gorbin played.
You guys, we really need to pull it together.
Played.
We're just about to go on. Let's sing our warm-up together. Here we go. Ready? I think
I'm nuts. And Lincoln break. In space.
guys.
Space opera.
Spend more time on space.
That was good.
That was so.
Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Have a wonderful Thanksgiving
Yeah,
next week
remind
in
us.
the U.S.
Yes.
We're very thankful for you. Thank you.
Yeah, we're off next week, eh?
We
Yeah, we
are
are.
off
That's
next
really
week. We'll be back on the 30th. On December 7th, we're going to have something fun planned. Stay on the lookout. There's been a lot of questions about when Miss Katie Michaels is coming back. We're not going to give anything away, but
I do declare
think you
there
just
might be a
did.
Katie Michaels.
I'll say.
it might have something to do with Katie Michaels. In what way? You will find out.
soon enough. But as always, thank you for joining us. If you're a patron, thank you so much.
Thank
If
you.
you're not and you're here, thank you very much for your time and your attention.
Thank you for your interactivity. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you, everybody. You make
Thank
the show
you
happen.
so much for your time and efforts. We really do 100% from the bottom of our hearts appreciate it. And as always, humankind, be bold! We'll see you next time.
Bye.
One step and then another. Blessed are those who wander, branching, reaching. Depths of the forest are calling. Well, path will end before the journey has begun. Eyes to the sky, and you might find a way. Let fear ignite a light and shine another light today.